And I'm going to put some music on for our players because it's been far, far too long. Whoever was echoing needs to turn that off right now. It's Nightfall, undoubtedly.
Yeah.
I told you.
Nightfall, fix your echo.
Watch as we find out Nightfall's not here.
Or that he hasn't had his headphones on this entire time.
Better?
Yes.
Yeah.
Let me guess, you put your headphones on.
I had them on.
Lies. Lies in the seat.
Were they plugged in?
No. I didn't realize they weren't plugged in. That's why I had.
Proud of you.
Good job. Anyway.
I fixed it.
So, it's been a minute since we've played. But when we last left our heroes, they had rescued Lawrence from the clutches of Manchun. They had claimed...
Saying we rescued him is...
I mean, no, you did. You rescued him.
Sure.
You rescued him, we just didn't finish off Manchun ourselves.
They had received the Stone of Galore, learned the location of and the keys necessary to access the Vault of Dragons, as well as what was in it. As everyone was turning down to rest for the next several days, in the cases of some members of the party, Tristan, back in the city, seeing the state of the KnightLites, tied one on, got a little bit far into the bottle, and apparently decided to take care of some business to the KnightLites' chagrin. Brayden, Lawrence, the Black Viper, and Salcom, pardon me, have decided to follow after him. And I've been thinking about precisely how this is going to go for a good couple of weeks now. We have well established, backstage, that a competent sorcerer with a chip on their shoulder does not need very long to cause a great deal of mayhem. Now, you four are flying off after Tristan, so he doesn't have very long. But to open this scene, we need to know exactly how long him have. So, I think the best way to do that is to leave it up to the dice. There is a mechanic for how things apply narratively. That's what D&D is all about at the end of the day. So, my question is this. Are you giving the late night carriage driver a large amount of money to get wherever it is they be getting quickly? And if so, how much?
And if so, how high should Kit set the DC for the con saves?
Pretty much. So, disclosure, you are here, and I think it makes the most sense that the Order of the Gauntlet would be around the Hall of Justice. That just makes sense to me.
Yep.
So, somewhere in this area is where Monsieur Sirgaze is likely heading. So, not an inconsiderable distance. So, Brayden, Lawrence, and Salk, how much are you guys given the carriage? To what degree are you flying off into the night? And then we'll see what you arrive to.
Not a platinum, that's for sure.
Not giving them a platinum. Okay.
No.
I can definitely throw a couple dragons.
Okay.
But how many?
So even just a gold piece would be more than enough, I would say.
Right. I was gonna pitch 2, so.
Okay. So a gold, and the objective is to go to, like, and Svile knows where the Order of the Gauntlet is located, so she could just like give the address. Is the intent to go there and assess the damage, or try to head Tristan off at the pass? And if it's the latter, how do you intend to do that?
I was about to say, let it turn to Lawrence and ask what street did he go up that he was last headed that you seen him.
Given that, I basically tried to stop Tristan right outside the yawning portal, and then he feared my ass.
He was heading this way when you saw him last.
Oh, so he was heading
East.
not east. I thought the compasses rotated 90 degrees for this map. Am I wrong?
It might be, but that's like irrelevant.
For purposes of the map.
For purposes of the map, he went the way the blue arrow was facing.
No,
Okay.
the compass is up the top left.
Yeah, the map that's turned 90 degrees was Duskfall.
That's what I'm thinking of. Okay.
Ooh, that's a really pretty compass rose.
Yeah, so Lawrence would say, last I saw he was going east. So he might be taking the way of the dragon to the high road?
Probably, it's the main thoroughfare through the city. Like,
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
It'd be the easiest road to travel and the fastest way.
Remind me, is it nighttime?
Oh yeah. Oh
Okay.
yeah.
It's
It's
like
it's
what,
like
dark
after
in the morning?
midnight.
Okay. So not a problem with him like taking the streets.
Mm-mm.
Because if it was during the day, he would be taking the back alleys.
Right.
So I would probably like going up the main,
Okay.
the most direct path to
So
the City of the Justice
I-
to try and head him off
Mhm.
before he gets there.
I did some math.
Uh-huh.
Unopposed, it would take Tristan about 35 to 40 seconds to cause nigh irreparable harm. That's not a lot of time.
That's assuming he's dead already.
That's assuming. No, sir. Lawrence went back inside the yawning portal, had a conversation with Brayden and Isvila, arguably had an argument, then roused Salk, who can barely move, called a carriage, everybody piled in, and decided where to go.
That's gonna be what? At least
I
5
would
minutes?
say...
Yeah, 15 minutes.
I was going to say 15 minutes.
Alright.
So that is minimum 15 minutes behind Tristan.
So why are we not platinuming?
Y'all can't take any damage.
You can't cross the city in 15 minutes. Unless you like teleport. Like
We're not crossing the city though.
what I'm saying is 15 minutes is probably not enough time for Tristan to go all the way to the Hall of Justice and do whatever it is he gonna do. I don't think that's been enough time. However, it does give him a lead.
A substantial one, really.
Because that's quite a distance.
A carriage has to obey the street laws of Waterdeep.
Mhm.
But I would say reasonably it's maybe 3 times faster than walking.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna call it a D8 roll. On a 7 or 8, we're gonna open this scene on something you guys don't want to see. But on a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, or 6, I think that is enough probability that you could catch him. So,
Good luck, guys.
So it's
Roll well.
So it's have a 75% chance of hopefully making it in time.
okay.
Oh.
So, yeah, I think we open on the carriage pulling up to the Hall of Justice, the official building and the connected garrison of the City Watch, as well as the Order of the Gauntlet. It is not erupted into flames. All seems to be quiet. When the carriage pulls up to the gate, one of the guards, he's got a lantern, looks a little bit sleepy because it's after midnight, like comes up to the carriage expecting a noble, like from out of town, looking for directions or something, right? Like comes up, holds his lantern up to the window, sees 4 youths, right, who are probably trying to get out, and I think he just like a little bit confused. He says, "State your business. They're an emergency."
Lawrence would probably pipe up.
Are you getting out of the carriage?
Probably just put my head in the window.
Okay.
And it's starting to be a bother. We have reason to believe that someone might be coming here to cause some damage to the garrison.
Squints at you. Bit late for an official report, but Waterdeep does pride itself on taking all threats to its sanctimony seriously. He's like putting the lantern on his belt, taking out a notepad, humoring you, obviously, right? Like,
oh yeah.
And he says, "Name."
Of the threat or me?
Hmm?
Whose name is he asking for? Me
Yours.
or? Okay. Lawrence Parnassus.
Writes it down. Affiliation.
Most careful order of Smiths and Metalworkers.
Writes it down. Looks up, squints at you. Writes something else down on the pad. What's the nature of this harm, Mr. Parnassus?
Potential threat of arson to the garrison, sir.
Writes it down. You see him look over at Brayton and then write something down.
Hey, Brayton just squints at him back, like, the fuck did I do?
I just love that. The Braden gives him the look of, "Hey, I saw that. What are you writing?"
Fuck you.
Something you want to say?
Meanwhile, can we just mention how Sockham's probably sitting there looking half dead?
Yeah, right. No, yeah, you look
Three
like
quarters.
absolute hell. This is... What is the nature of this attempted arson, Mr. Parnassus?
Reason to believe someone here has a grudge against you and yours and set the place on fire.
Do you have a suspect in mind?
And Lawrence visibly swallows. He
Mm-hmm.
does not want to do this, but
They won't buy it.
oh yeah, I know, but still. He says, Tristan Seargaze, sir.
You see him start to write and he stops. He doesn't even get through a word. He just like pauses and he slowly
And
looks back
Lawrence-
up at you.
And Lawrence is giving him a very steady look. Of,
Can you make a persuasion
I am
check,
not-
please?
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Something a crime to waste police time.
So that's not a terrible roll, but it's not a great roll either.
Right.
He finishes whatever he was writing, and he closes the notepad. And like before he puts the notepad away, he says, Just so that you're aware, Mr. Parnassus, filing a false police report as a practical joke carries with it a fine of 50 hours hard labor.
I'm aware of that, sir. And Lawrence is shaking enough by the prospect of Tristan doing something stupid that his voice does not shake.
Okay.
So I think, like, in the background, Braden just mutters if it was a false report, then he wouldn't give his real name.
This is... Well... I will wish you a good evening, Mr. Parnassus. You can rest assured Tristan Bloody Seargaze is not going to show his hide in this city, that's for certain.
Well, he doesn't know that he's not here.
What'd you say?
And Lawrence lets out a sigh. He says, "Yes, sir. Thank you, sir."
Good evening.
And,
Turns
good
to
evening,
walk
sir.
back to the gate.
and Lawrence just hangs his head. They have tried.
So are we
Why-
just gonna wait for him, or what are we gonna do?
Yeah, why did you tell the guard and not try to cut him off at the pass?
Yeah.
That's what I'm wondering.
So what are the other two of you doing? Bear in mind that, Sock, you have disadvantage on a perception check if you're doing something like that.
Sock was told, just come along, and you'll talk to him if we need you.
Okay, so you're passing out in the carriage. Brayden,
Yeah,
what are
he's
you
like-
doing?
Honestly, like, getting out and keeping an eye out for him to try and head him off before he gets
Okay,
anywhere near the
So
garrison.
you're gonna get out now. This is an obvious question. I just need to make sure you've got dark vision. Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. Make a perception check, please.
Does a passive of 18 perception help?
I will roll against that. It very well might. I don't know what Tristan's stealth is currently. Let's
Right,
find out.
'cause I can roll, and if I get below, I can just use the passive.
True. Okay. No. Yeah. Unfortunately, your passive of 18 is not going to be enough.
Wow.
I'm sorry. I need to laugh. I need to laugh at that. I'm sorry.
So, for those of you who can see what I rolled from the GM's perspective, add 10 to that. So, no. You do see a lot of things. You see, like, various vagrants trying to find a place to sleep, trying to keep out of watch of the guards. You see, like, a rather brazen handoff being conducted in an alleyway near the near the street, like not directly in front of the Hall of Justice. But, like, you see a lot. Like, you rolled well, is my point.
Yeah.
What you don't see is like a tiefling skulking on a rooftop or anything.
Right.
Yeah, I think you would actually. You see a vagrant, like, asleep on, like, a mat, near an alleyway, and he has some treasures with him, let's say. And you note that one of his bottles is fancier than the others by a substantial margin.
Can I get a bit closer to see if I can recognize the make on it?
Yeah.
Like the label.
You can, like, the dude's asleep and he's just, like, again, a vagrant. So you could, like, just walk right up if you wanted.
Aye. I'm not
Um,
going to take any of his
Yeah,
stuff.
he's got, like, a small pile of bottles. The area reeks of alcohol.
Right.
But the fancy bottle is like a, yeah, I don't drink, so bear with me.
Mhm.
There is a rather famous type of liquor. It's not very good, but it markets itself to be better than average, and it has like a fancy bottle, and it comes in like a bag. I don't remember what it's called. But it's basically the equivalent of that.
Crown Royal.
Thing.
Crown Royal.
Crown Royal, thank you. It's basically the equivalent of that. It's a bottle of brandy that's like, it's top shelf, but it's not like kingly.
Yeah.
Then everything else is just like, everything else is like hooch. So
In other words, this guy couldn't afford it.
yeah, basically.
He looking at the bottle, stands back up from crouching into the cabinet, inspect it. He stands back up, just like, Tristan is fucking generous as always. And turns back to go back to the cart.
Okay.
Just says to the ladies who are in here. The rest of them,
Are you looking at anything else in this area before you go back to the cart? Just out of curiosity. The dude is sleeping like at the mouth of an alley.
I mean, I'll check up the alley.
Okay.
Go in it.
You
That
see.
depends.
So it's an alleyway. It's like a straight shot with a wall at the back, right?
Mhm.
There's like the Waterdeep equivalent of like a dumpster obscuring like a third of the view, right?
Yeah.
But you have a passive 18 perception. You see a hand just like flopped on the ground on the other side of the alley, or like behind, like sticking out from behind the dumpster. Is what I'm saying. Like there's just a hand.
Yeah. Anything around it?
Appears to be human.
Mm,
I'm not gonna touch that with a pole.
Okay.
Oh wait, that's oh no.
There it is.
Yep.
So we're not actually looking for Tristan. Fuck. Wait.
Note.
Oh, an
Note. I
idea
haven't
has-
said shit.
I know you haven't, and an idea has just struck me. Looks back at the sleeping guy.
Let it ferment.
Okay.
Takes a note of his features.
Yep.
Goes to look at who's behind the dumpster.
So you step out over to the dumpster. There is a corpse in this alleyway.
That's what I expect.
The front of him is covered in blood. It looks like somebody got him from behind.
Mm-hmm.
And just like gave him the New Jersey necktie. And
Hey.
yeah.
That sounds dirty.
It-
I know exactly what Kit's on about.
it's a descriptive way to say he got his throat slashed.
Yes.
oh.
It is not the same individual that is at the front of the alley, if that's what you're asking. However, would you perform a medicine check, please? I'm assuming you're not gonna touch him.
No.
Okay.
You've got gloves on.
Okay.
Hey,
So
Gamzee, I remind you they're fingerless.
with that roll, you do not notice anything else about the corpse unless you want to, like, really examine it. That's what you got from a cursory examination.
Yeah.
It's a human male. He's a vagrant. He's been here for a while. Pardon me. He's been on the street for a while. His corpse is cooling, but it is a rather fresh corpse.
Yeah.
He was not killed in this spot.
Yeah. If that's the case, I'm gonna wait. Tristan told us about his whole being able to take somebody's face thing. Did he not say
Yes.
that he was only able to do that once a day?
I believe.
Because
I believe
so,
what he
he's
said was
already
he
done
can't. I believe what he said was he can't do it often.
right. Okay.
And he just did it to get into Connie's room.
Yep.
Yesterday.
No, it's not before the dawn. That's how it's. Next day is next dawn.
He can't take faces off.
I will say it's not far from dawn.
Yeah.
Like it's like 3 in the morning. Because I remember when when Lawrence arrived at the Yawning Portal last time, we said that it was like it wasn't quite false dawn, but it was almost. So
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
put 2 o'clock, 2:30.
So now it's even later. So, it's
Either
not...
way, that doesn't change the plan of take a note of his features and see if there's a doppelganger running around
True.
that isn't a corpse.
True.
And like, head back to the carriage.
You also might want to like report the. Can you do me a favor? I know you have an 18 in passive perception, but can you just roll stealth for me? You do not have advantage on this roll. I know normally you would. This is not to hide. This is just to make sure that you don't leave something at the scene.
Right, okay. Would that not be sleight of hand then?
No, because footprints is not sleight of hand. It's stealth.
Ah,
Okay, cool. Look, I had to do it.
I know. No, it's fair. That's the
Okay.
whole reason why I wasn't touching them was because evidence.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, absolutely. But you're. I'm assuming you're not gonna go up to that guard and be like, "There's a corpse back there." So, okay, you go back to the carriage.
I mean, is there a way to make it look obvious that there's a corpse there, without making it obvious that it was me that made it obvious?
Like, yeah, probably that vagrant, the first vagrant, is gonna wake up and smell blood and be like, "What the fuck?" And then he's gonna go back there and scream, and then the guards are gonna come running.
Yeah. I mean, if I really wanted to, I could use a stick and push it over so that he falls into view.
I mean, he is in view. That's how you saw him.
I've seen a hand.
Exactly.
Not everyone's going to see a hand. I mean, have it to where like is the top half is over from.
If you
Make
do
it glaringly obvious
if
that
you
it's
do
corpse and
that,
not
you're
just
going to be
drunk.
messing with a crime scene.
Okay, fair.
I mean, I'm not going to stop you.
No,
I'm
it was more a curiosity of can I make it look obvious so that someone sees it?
Yeah, you can report it.
Yeah, but then I'm going to be a suspect.
This isn't Among Us. You're probably not going to be a suspect. You could be like,
Yes, but he's also Braden Quay, the sneaky boy.
Exactly, and I look like I'm the kind of person that gets into all sorts of trouble and would.
They also kind of noted that the dude who was taking the notes kind of like gave Braden the side eye.
yes, okay, that's valid. That's all the more reason for Brayden to report it so that suspicion is not on him. Ipso facto, the corpse is covered in blood, and all Brayden has to do is be like, "This is my knife. Look, it's clean." Like,
I mean, fair.
done. He doesn't even have blood on his shoes. Like, it's fine. The corpse was clearly moved. Like, I said that. Like, that's not where the dude was killed. Like, Brayden doesn't have blood all over his clothes. I'm just saying.
I
You
know.
could just report it.
Yeah, fair.
I'd report it just so we don't have more bullshit to deal with. We
It
already have
is
enough.
literally as simple as I went into that alley to take a piss and I found a corpse. Like,
Yeah, you actually took the words out of my mouth. That's exactly what I was.
cool. Yeah,
Fuck
like,
it.
yeah. So
Not
probably,
actually.
like, as the dude is walking, like, you come back as Lawrence is finishing his conversation.
Yeah.
And, yeah, as he's walking away, like, yeah, what do you say?
I tell him like back and like say to him like there's like a corpse behind there. I went to take a piss and fucking dead guy.
Just pause. Squints at you. Looks at the carriage. Looks at you. Because he didn't see you get out of the carriage. Like,
No.
just like,
Also, arguably distracted by talking to me.
right, but Brayton's like, yeah. So I think he like pulls his lantern back out, and he does that like extremely like public servant posture of, here we go. Pulls his lantern out, starts to walk across the street. You see him like look into the alley. He's like standing where the bum is, like looks into the alley, takes a step,
Right.
and you see his light disappear. It comes back out,
Before
crosses the
you day, while he's like over there, I would turn to the group and like say
That,
to them, I
that,
don't
that,
think I should.
before you say something, there's two more guards at the gate.
Right?
The carriage is pulled up in front of the Hall of Justice. Yeah, I'm just saying, if you're going to say something incriminating, there's still a guard here.
Aye.
Okay.
And I can also use the KnightLites. These can't.
Fair. Go on.
Would that?
And
Okay.
Also, just
it's-
say, hey, I went to take a piss and found a body to the group.
So while he's gone, you turn to the group. Go ahead.
I don't know how I would phrase it, but like I don't think it would The point I'm trying to get across is like I don't think we're actually looking for Tristan.
Right.
I.e., let's switch faces.
So Izule like squints at you.
You could literally say, I went behind the dumpster, found a body while I was taking a piss. Also, I don't think we're looking for Tristan.
Yeah.
Least incriminating way to do that.
And Izule is like, what? He knows illusion magic?
A bit worse than that.
What? She's like looking at Lawrence like, what does he mean worse?
Lawrence is wincing, like,
Oh, fucking say it with the garden center shit. I need to shut up. This isn't my scene. I'm
They're
sorry.
speaking in Thieves' Cant, it's fine.
Okay.
Izule knows the KnightLites Thieves' Cant, it's fine.
Yeah. And
Did you have something to say,
Yeah.
Lawrence?
I mean, Lawrence.
Hang on, Nightfall! Go ahead.
So Lawrence would, answer back in Thieves' Cant. He can kind of kill somebody and take how they look for a little bit.
Wonderful. About this point, the guard comes back, and he like doesn't even look at your group. He goes over to like the guard at the gate still, and he whispers something. And guard number 3 goes inside the complex, and guard number 1 and 2 start walking back across the street. As they're passing, the guard who's been speaking to you this whole time turns and he says, "I'm going to need you lot to vacate the area. There's an active crime scene across the street."
Lawrence also says, "Yes, sir." And, make sure Braden's in the carriage and
Yep.
we...
no one's seen him get back in.
Right? Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
Where are you heading, Lawrence?
Probably back to the Yawning Portal.
You're going all the
because-
way back to the portal.
Well, I can't go back to my apartment.
I'm just asking. There's a big difference between the yawning portal and around the block.
Shit. Given the situation, probably,
Like,
around the block.
if you want to go to the yawning portal, you want to go to the yawning portal. I'm just
Yeah, not that far.
I
but,
mean, we've done what we can to try and like dissuade Tristan. The only other thing is if we meet him on the way back there, but again, Brain's the only one that actually knows who we're looking for.
Yeah.
Or the kind of face that we might be looking for.
So, what's the play?
Probably just head down a block or 2.
Okay. So, can you mark on the map where you intend to go?
Well, if we are like here,
I was looking for it for a second.
Yeah, we're
so-
like
I-
here currently. This area, probably like this part specifically.
Yeah.
Not the actual building marked the Hall of Justice.
Yeah, so probably at the intersection of Alcoa and Tharland Street there.
Akaway and where?
There.
Tharlian Street. So, okay, so down here. Okay. There. Carriage pulls away. You still got a nice little buffer from the carriage driver. You don't need to pay anymore. You get down there. You stop. It's a nondescript street. Esvile, gives a little sigh. Remind me, Esvile's in her work clothes, isn't she?
Yes.
So I think, she, starts to get out of the carriage, and she's like, right, stake out then.
Naturally.
You two can take point. You know this better than I do.
I think you should take Salcom back to the portal. It looks like he's about to die. Brayden and I can handle this.
Thank you, Rock. Take out then. Give me a second. I have a Colton.
Hello, Colton Khan.
He very much wanted down, and Paws went right in my ribs.
Hey.
Ow. Lawrence would probably, make a show of looking at the hall's justice, just like, fuck. He feels responsible. So. But the Black Viper also has a very good point.
We can fucking do this.
You're not in a position to do very much of anything.
No, I can. I'm fine.
Lawrence is patting Sock on the back. It's just like, look, let's get you some sleep. Sorry.
I think the only sound you get in response is as Vile's like wrist grapple firing up onto the roof, and then she just boop, gone.
Of course she does.
Rude. Oh fuck, phone.
What are the three of you gonna do?
What's a phone?
Oh, jeez. I mean, someone's got to keep an eye on Sock, or he's just gonna fall over in the street.
Yep. I mean, you still have the carriage. The carriage can take you back to the portal.
Lawrence would probably volunteer to take Sock back to the yawning portal.
Okay. Sock, are you going back to the yawning portal?
I don't think Sock has the energy to fight back.
Okay. Brayden?
I concur with the other two. You two go back and I'll see if I can convince the fucking father figure if he can just stop and think for a minute.
And Lawrence would nod. Be safe, be careful.
I mean, if push comes to shove, I'm going to let him burn the place down.
Fair enough.
If you have to, remind him that if he does this, he's just going to become what he's trying to destroy. He's taking someone else's parents away.
Braden does the... I've got a counterpoint to that, but shit, that's a good point. And I can't think of a better.
So Brayden, you go to get out of the carriage and follow Vile.
Right. Yeah.
And you're the only one on your feet presently.
Mm-hmm.
Can you make a dexterity saving throw for me, please?
Oh,
Ah, shit.
Kaboom.
Oh god, he heard me.
Okay, so the good news is you don't fall out of the carriage. The bad news is the ground shakes. There's the sound of like breaking glass and falling stone. It's not like a violent shake. It's not like, you're like Asvili's gonna fall off the roof and die. But the horse in the carriage like freaks out, and that's the bigger issue. And the driver's like trying to keep the thing steady, and you all look, and there's this plume of smoke rising from where you just were.
Yep. Well, we're too late on that one.
Get a move on, hero.
Fuck.
Book it.
I was about to say we probably don't want to be here. He's made his choice. We can't change anything now. And, you lot get back, I'll make my own way. And, gesture to the driver to go.
Okay, so you
Right.
climb out of the carriage. So you guys are heading back to the portal?
Yeah.
Okay, so you guys head back to the portal. Once they're gone, as Vile comes back down to the street, and she's starts to say something, and there's another explosion.
Yeah.
And she's like, "We should go.
Yes, we should, because we can't contend with that.
Are we going toward the danger, or somewhere fun?"
He just looks back and smirks at us like somewhere fun, because... At this point, I don't even think I could stop him. I don't even think Connie could stop him.
I don't think there's anything left to stop.
That's my point.
Alright,
Split shrugs.
so
Well, we tried at least.
lead the way.
Onward to adventure.
Where are you going?
I don't fucking know.
Okay.
Somewhere that's not near the Hall of Justice.
I was gonna say, if you hang here for a minute, something might happen if you want to take some time to deliberate. I will say this: those 2 explosions went off long before any alarm started raising. Like when you say onward to adventure, that's like the first time you start to hear like alarms.
Yeah.
Bet that asshole's taking us seriously now.
I think I would suggest moving somewhere that's like not going to get us caught by the guards rolling a bit with the alarms.
I mean, the market is right there.
Yeah, that's I honestly in the map I would suggest like one of the alleyways, but they would be checked
Right.
or something like that being happening. So I could
So again, do you want to take a minute to deliberate?
Yeah.
Okay. So while you're like you get out of sight, obviously, and you take some time to deliberate, and you hit on something. It doesn't matter what it is, but when you and Isvili are like in agreement, and then you're like, okay, let's go, and you start to turn, you smack into something.
Mm-hmm.
Can't see anything. You just turn, boom, solid wall, and you like stagger back, and Isvili is like,
gonna holds his noses like fuck.
Isvili is like, what happened? Just like looking past, like facing the street, like you're both facing the street, like there's nothing there.
Aye. It like where he put like a hand out and to find like what was there.
Just blank space.
I ran into something. I don't know what it was. Like still holding his nose.
Okay, yeah, it's like I don't know what it was. You see, it's really like go for a sword, and
like
from Isvili's other side, you hear, "It's not necessary, young lady. I'm right here. I wasn't expecting you to turn around that quickly. Ow." You don't see anything. It's just you just hear it.
yourself.
Yeah.
It's like still holding his nose. It's like, I take it you got that out of your system then.
I wouldn't say out of my system. No.
I mean,
But-
for now.
Listen, we have a problem.
Looks back over to the plume of smoke. you
Not
think?
that.
All right, who's seen you?
Step back, and yeah, it's really like takes a step back. And you step back, and then yeah, like out of hammer space comes Tristan Sirtes, but over both of his shoulders is the corpse of the vagrant.
God damn it, Tristan. God fucking damn it.
Why,
Hey, Tristan, why?
Fuck!
why do you have the body?
Because the man deserves a proper burial. He didn't do anything wrong.
I mean, yes, but the guards would have found it and done that.
No, the guards would have found it and thrown him in the bay.
Fair.
Mind you, he looks like Tristan. He doesn't look like he's in disguise.
Yeah. Where do you want to take him then? I'm guessing the City of the Dead. Or what would you rather bury him in the market?
I mean, the most apropos thing would be to take him over the wall. He gestures to the west, and burying him along the shore. It's easier. Can you make a medicine check for me, please?
Hey, alright, just give me a second.
Okay, something is wrong with Tristan, but you can't put your finger on what it is. He's covered in blood, but the blood is red, so it's probably not his. But something is wrong with him, like, other than the fact that he's laboring under, 200 pounds of meat.
Mm-hmm. I'd let Braden just squints at him and it's like, are you good? You don't look your normal puppet yourself.
Well, you told the gods I was in the city. That was a bit much. Other than that, I'll live. That's not what he
Looks
asked
at him
you.
unconvincingly.
Justin sighs. I'll explain once we've dealt with this fellow. Providing you want to help me. If not, I'll do it myself.
I mean, given the circumstances, it'll be a lot quicker, so lead the way.
I'm not leading anyone anywhere. You should go first. And, like, gestures. He's like, go that way until you reach a cliffside. There should be some stairs at a reasonably local point. We'll make our way past the Dreaming Lady to the seawall. Cross that. By the way, it's about a 50-foot drop down to the bay. We'll find a nice spot and we'll take care of our guest. What's the play,
Well, we
Brady?
better get... Nah.
What's the play?
I was going to say, well, we better get moving and so we're not spotted.
Okay. So, your stealth bonus is 9.
Yes.
Tristan's is 6, and his Vilay's is 7. I want to say 7. So you roll stealth with advantage, but subtract 3. Because I'm
Okay.
gonna start going group stealth a different way.
Oh God.
No, you had advantage because of your
Okay,
cloak.
great.
You're good. You're good. So you got that minus 3,
Okay.
which is still respectable.
Mhm.
So you guys head off. It's a ways. Like you have to go like from here to this cliff, then up the cliff. There's like walkways, you don't have to climb, right?
Yeah.
Then through this little neighborhood, up some more cliffs, up a wall. Then you have to scale the wall and drop down.
Yeah.
Takes you a couple hours.
Yeah. Especially carrying a body.
Yeah,
And,
exactly.
Like, taking it if Justin can't carry it anymore.
Exactly. But you get down to the water. And then you realize you don't have any digging implements. Like sandy, like loamy soil. But you don't have anything to like dig out a hole big enough for a grave. And Tristan sighs.
Argue that we like nicked something along the way.
From where?
Well, we're going past like houses and things like that, we're not.
I tell you what. Roll a d4, and if you get a 4, you could have had something.
Okay.
Find like a trash can lid or something. Use it as a scoop.
I mean, I could even do that. Yeah.
Okay, you it's not great, but you have something workable. But it's still gonna be a lot of work. Like, and Tristan's gonna be like using his hands. But what I'm getting at is you're gonna be doing this until like daybreak.
Yeah.
And you're all like covered in like salt water and grime by the time you get him like in the ground enough that the tide's not gonna eat him, right? And then put the body in, fill it back up. Tristan puts a marker on it. And it's well and truly like morning by the time you're finished. You're all gonna get a level of exhaustion.
Yeah.
And when you're done, Tristan just like falls on his butt and he sighs. And he says, I wanted to stay in the city a bit longer.
Well, you also didn't need to blow up the fucking barracks of the Flaming Fist.
No, it wasn't the Flaming Fist, it was the Order of the Gauntlet.
I Order of the Gauntlet. That's what I meant. The two of them are different to teleport.
And you didn't have to tell them it was me.
I didn't do shit. That was Lawrence.
The point is,
Sometimes,
I
like-
can't stay in the city.
Yeah.
And, like, turns and, like, coughs into his elbow. Alright, when are you going to tell us what's wrong?
I was about to say.
Nothing in particular. At least nothing like mummy rot.
Okay, yeah, fair. That's. But I'm gonna guess you overexerted yourself.
Not a word to Constance.
It gives him that look like if she asks, I'm gonna say something.
I went caving about a year ago. And I've
Before
had-
you continue, back up a bit. Caving?
exploring caves. Caving.
Okay.
Spelunky.
Spelunking.
Andre and I did a bit of looking around. The point is, there was something in the air. And I've had persistent symptoms since then. Alcohol helps. But alcohol has a habit of indulging my more devilish side.
Looks back over the wall at the plume of smoke.
Not
That's-
bad for a moment's work.
True,
Look.
but also over the top.
I swore an oath. To whom? My wife, if you must know.
Ooh.
It's, it's the noise you make was the face that Braden made. So,
It's the oh fuck look.
That is that is what is known as a fucking oof, chief.
And if you're going to be spending a lot of time in the city, the least I can do is divert their resources. The point is, I'm not coming back with you to the portal. Docks are that way. I'll probably catch a steamer to Neverwinter, spend a few weeks there, and then come back when things are quieter.
so nods along. I still don't see why you needed to do that.
For every single person who looks at you with contempt, Brayden. That's why I had to do that. He's got a point. I don't agree with it, but he's got one.
Yeah, the point's there, but also the counterpoint to that is that you've pretty much just done what they would do to us.
Is that supposed to dissuade me in some way?
No. But it doesn't make things better. If anything, it makes them worse. I mean,
It's noble to have high-minded ideals, Brayden, but
it's like that. It like shrinks his nose up. It's like fuck the high-minded ideals. I'm more thinking of constants.
that's what I'm talking about. They've
Aye.
got less of a force now, substantially so.
Yes, but also more malice behind the little that they have.
The level of malice did not change.
Remind me, did we say that they like City of Waterdeep knew about Constance? Connie.
Yes, you did.
Right, and think the second that if somebody has seen you, they'll see the red skin, the tail, the horns, and think Connie. Who do you think they're going to take revenge on?
They would have done that anyway.
Aye, but now they're going to seek for it.
I trust you have a knife handy.
Yes, but I would have rather have avoided it.
There's no avoiding these situations. Think what you will about what may or may not have been a catalyzing force by what I did, but empirically, I improved the situation.
Albeit temporary.
Have you ever done something because you felt that you had to do it?
Yes.
Then you're not much one to preach, are you?
He's got you there, Chief.
She gives it like a sigh of defeat.
Besides, fire has a way of making people look away. It's one thing to bury your son with a sword in both hands and someone telling you that they died for the good of the people. That can stir the hearts and fill people with a need for vengeance. Unite a nation. You throw a rotting corpse in a hole covered in burns. People want to forget. It's really gives you this look of horror, Brayden. Like, holy shit.
I looks back at her with like yeah, this is the man that raised me. Pretty much.
Besides, Constance has an airtight alibi. And you gave them my name. I'll make sure someone sees me when I'm on the boat. And that will be that.
Ain't that a fucking horror story?
Right?
Mm.
Congratulations, you're trapped on the boat with a person who just arsoned the garrison.
For some reason,
Shakes his head. It's like, as much as I don't agree with the methods, I agree you have like got them occupied.
It's more like this. You get on the boat, at first you realize, holy shit, I'm on the boat with the hero Tristan Siergaze. You get back to Waterdeep and you get told that Tristan Siergaze set a garrison on fire, and oh shit, I could have died that day.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
for whatever reason, Tristan's plan gives me actual cannibal Shia LaBeouf vibes.
A little bit. A little bit. Besides, now the city won't be paying attention when you open the vault.
Hey.
Did what I say get missed, or
What did you say?
I said as much as I don't agree with the methods, I do agree
Yeah,
that you've at
yeah,
least
yeah.
put them off
And then
the
Tristan
world.
said, besides, you can open the vault in secrecy now.
Yeah, that's what I was hitting at, but nah.
So, this is where we part ways. I did want to spend some more time here, but circumstances.
I mean, by the sounds of it, you hate the city.
No, I love Waterdeep. I just don't much care for some of its people.
Yeah, that's for sure. So I'll help him to his feet.
Yeah. He leans on your shoulder a little bit too much.
Mm-hmm.
Right. You are right that there will be a bit of sentiment for the next couple of days, but nothing you can't handle, I'm certain.
We had to deal with Mansion. That can't be much worse.
You've got that to lean on.
Slightly joking.
Right. Well. See you to your family, and I'll be back when I can.
And don't go getting yourself killed out there.
He turns and coughs into his shoulder again. And when he inhales, it's like wet. And he nods.
Ooh.
And he says,
Ugh, that's a terrible feeling, let alone sound.
Yes.
I'll be fine.
Sure, don't tell the medic about your cough.
I'll
I
see
was
you in-
about to say, like, Braden winces is like, is there not no one you've seen about that? It's like obvious, like the obvious of yeah, he has, but there's nothing I can do.
I've done a little bit of research, not much. But I didn't want to spoil the mood of your vacation. I'll be fine.
The mood has been rightfully spoiled already. Just
No, I mean before you left. I will
Right.
look into it the moment I'm in Neverwinter.
I'll hold you to that.
Can you make an insight check?
Yeah, I was gonna make an insight check anyway.
He seems completely genuine.
Mhm.
It's probably bothering him. So he gives you a nod, kind of straightens his hat. Right. Tally ho. He turns and starts
Onwards to
to
Doxford.
head down the beach.
Mhm.
As Vile like watches him go with her arms folded, and when he's out of earshot, she says, like, turns to you. She
It's
says,
like before she gets a chance to say anything, I think Braden just sighs, just like, what the fuck.
"So, he raised you. Fair enough. I'm not bringing a mass murderer home to meet my parents, Brayden.
Oh no.
I'm sorry, is there a difference between the two things she just said?
I can condone a great deal, but that was a bit much.
I agree.
What I'm saying is, we're going to have a conversation before you go firebomb a public office, aren't we?"
Only if they hurt my family.
She just gestures.
Aye, like I said, only if they hurt my family. Dead serious.
Right,
I-
well,
I apologise for this, and he like walks up, kisses her cheek, and says, "And that includes you." And starts walking.
okay. So I think... Okay, can you make a dexterity saving throw for me, please?
Oh god.
Oh boy.
You may be the husbando, but you
Wow.
ain't.
Okay. So you're faster than she is. So I think she like goes to like grab your arm and pull you back, and you just like quick step away, and she just goes, "Brayden!" And then we cut to the next scene.
Which is
Probably morning in the tavern, which is like most of you are not getting up.
Yeah.
The twins and Connie, you guys feel like,
Death warmed over.
you know how when you have the flu, your
Mhm.
body feels heavy,
Yeah.
mhm.
and like you can be awake and alert, and you can will, like you could literally be screaming in your head like, "Fucking move! Sit up! I have to pee!" and you just can't do it.
Mhm.
Oh yeah.
That's
I
kind
thought that
of
was me.
where the three of you are.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Also pain.
Yeah.
What would I have to roll to force myself to get up and
You
ask
have
someone to bring
4
some
levels
breakfast
of
up?
exhaustion?
Hmm?
You have 4 levels of exhaustion?
Correct.
3.
It's a strength saving throw with disadvantage.
Do we have
Hey.
3 or 4?
You have
It's
4.
We're supposed to have 3.
No,
No, 4.
you have
What?
3, and then you got 1 because you couldn't long rest.
Right.
So you have 4.
Oh God.
That was a little trickery underneath the wording.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Okay. Still worth it.
It would be a strength save with disadvantage, Connie. Nope. So, for those of you who are not tied to your beds, so that's Brayden, Lawrence, and Pierce, what are you guys doing today?
Pierce is not at the portal.
Right, where are you?
Bookworm's treasure.
That's right. But you can be at the portal if you want. Like the question is still like, what are you guys doing?
Lawrence is gonna go take stock of whatever might be left of his apartment.
We will
Brayden's-
circle back to that.
I was going to say, if he's going to that, then Braden's not going to let him go alone.
Okay, we'll circle back to that. Pierce, what are
First
you
button.
doing?
I'm prepping my spells at the moment.
I will say this, Brayden, as Vile has some errands. Oh, she told you that she has to run, so she's going to be out for a bit.
Okay. Before Braden goes off with Lawrence on their escapade, he's gonna get food set up to be taken to those three because they're not gonna be able to go anywhere.
Okay. Pierce, what are you doing?
I think I'm gonna have a conversation with Rashal while I'm prepping my spells before I head to the portal.
Okay, so you're gonna head to the portal. So I think then we're gonna do Brayden and Lawrence first, and then we'll circle back to you.
Okay.
Okay. So, yeah, we fade into the next scene. It's like the afternoon. Brayden, can you make a con save? Because you didn't sleep.
Yeah.
Okay, you do not gain another level of exhaustion.
Yay!
So I think, yeah, we just see the two boys walking down the street in the, residential neighborhood near Trollskull Alley, to Lawrence's apartment. And what you see, if you guys want to be having a conversation, you can. More power to you. I won't stop you. But if you don't, then I'll open the scene with you guys walking up. It's up to you.
Other than talking about maybe enhancing his gear.
Okay.
Oh yeah, I mean,
Yeah, totally. We can have the conversation of Brayden being like, so I was thinking about this, and then yeah, you turn the corner and you stop because there's a lot. There's a lot. So Lawrence, we established previously that you live in a tenement building. So imagine. I'm gonna describe it in the modern way, but imagine this Waterdevian, right?
Yeah.
The whole middle of the block, across the street, is fenced off with police tape. There's cop cars all around the area. There's several different piles of furniture. It looks like multiple people are having a yard sale.
oh boy.
The landlady is in her pajamas with her hair in curlers, arguing with the big cop on duty.
Hmm.
And naturally this has drawn a crowd.
As tends to happen.
Most of the cops have Starbucks and a bagel.
Yeah.
Right, because it's early, but yeah, it looks like something big has gone down, and the piles of yard sale stuff does not make sense. It doesn't match the rest of the scene, and there's several of them.
Well, this doesn't look good.
And
Is it
and
the
Lawrence-
furniture from Lawrence's apartment?
I was about to
You
say,
cannot
Braden
tell
turn-
from this distance. There's too much chaos between
Oh.
you and the piles of furniture.
Lawrence, for his part, be like, "What
Hey,
the hells did I miss?"
Oh, did I forget to mention when we left her in your apartment, she started tearing the place apart?
She did what?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm gonna so prepare work. Oh boy.
Like, desperate towards the crowd, it's like, do we want to get involved in this, or...
This is where I was living, man. So, shit.
Rip.
I mean, if
Like
things
Lawrence
work
be walking up like, what in the absolute fuck?
Are you speaking? Are you like?
No, it's just a stunned look of. What the
Okay,
hell is
so
going
you walk up, and you walk up to the police line. There's like City Watch on duty, keeping the crowd back. Some of them are picking through the piles of furniture. Some of them are moving in and out of the building. There's like a reporter with one of those big like Wild West like cameras.
Oh yeah, the ones on the side.
Yep. And then like off to the side is like, yeah, your landlady just like yelling at the like going full Karen on this cop. And
As one does.
and the cop is just like, "Ma'am, this is an active investigation. We can't I can't give you that information." She's like, "It's my fucking building. You can tell me everything." It's like, "I can't do that, man. There's a missing person." And like, yeah, it's just like this whole they've clearly been going around in the circle for a while. Like they've been going around they've been going around in the circle for so long that she has coffee and a bagel.
Here, take this and shut up. No, but thank you, but no.
Basically, yes. Like, so what do you do, Lord? Nobody has recognized you yet.
Lawrence be making his way over to the landlady because
She is inside. She's inside the cordoned off area. Yeah.
Oh, he'll probably get as close as he could without crossing the tape. And
Okay.
he'd just like holler at her, like, "Hey," and he, "Hey, Miss," and whatever last name.
Yeah.
was
So
gonna-
you say like whatever your landlady's name is.
Yeah.
Um.
let's say Sorensen for
Sorry.
let's say Sorensen for
Thorensen. Okay.
Yeah.
So
And-
yeah, you're like, "Hey, Miss Thorensen, every single officer turns to look at you. The reporter turns, the landlady stops like mid-rant and turns. Like, most of the crowd like steps away from you.
when Lawrence.
Braden is no longer by your side.
Yeah, smart. Thanks.
Lawrence was the missing person.
Oh, jeez. And Lawrence would look around like, what the hell? What in all the hell is this going on?
So I imagine that Miss Thorensen is the stereotypical landlady from the projects.
Yes.
Like,
Thank you.
she
Reading my
is
mind.
stern, very stern. You are not late with her rent ever.
Yeah. In fact, I'm early.
Exactly. She's the type of woman who will have a screaming match with the police with fuzzy slippers, a nightgown, and her hair in curlers.
Yes,
like-
exactly.
It's funny.
So, and she's like 65, right? Like, she's older.
Oh yeah, she probably should have retired like 5 years ago. But
Right,
she's still
exactly.
at it.
So, this woman who has been arguing with the cops for however the fuck long enough that they brought her refreshments, drops said refreshments and sprints over and hugs you.
And Lawrence squeaks. He legitimately squeaks. He probably hasn't done that since he got to Waterdeep when he was still younger.
Braden standing over on
And
the
he's
side.
like,
kinda
and
I thought you squeaked when Inbreaker Ravi picked you up.
that that too, but you know, it's rare. This does not happen. And he's like flail for a second, and then he just hugs her. And he's like, "What happened? What did I miss? What's been going on?"
Right. So she lets you go, and she turns and she says, "Here he is, officer." Is all she says.
Lawrence, you know, looks at the copy she was ranting.
Yeah,
at,
like the lieutenant or
can I
whatever.
It's the "can I get an explanation, goddammit" look.
Yeah, and he like walks over, and like looks you up and down, and he says, "Are you Lawrence Parnassus?"
I am. What's going on?
He holds a hand up like, "We'll get to that," and he says, "So you're not a missing person anymore?
Missing person?
Do you require immediate assistance, sir?"
No, Lieutenant. What happened? I've been away for several days, but
You were kidnapped by Manchun. You were a missing person.
You were a missing person, sir. Wait a minute.
He also was away, technically.
So I think he nods and he says, "Do you have some time to come with us, sir?"
Rest in peace.
Lawrence sighs, tilts his head back, realizes, "Oh yeah, I don't have work today," and he goes, "As a matter of fact, yes, I do."
Wonderful. We'll take you across town, get you someplace safe, get a full report, and you deserve to know what happened here. In the meantime, was there anyone else in this residence, or perhaps a family pet?
Not that I'm aware.
Right. Any particular valuables?
Some notebooks of schematics and sketches, but that's about it, and nothing I can't replace.
He nods. He says, "We'll be with you in a moment, sir." And another cop like comes over and like takes you by the shoulder, and he like puts a blanket over your shoulders.
And he's like, "Okay, apparently something major went down."
And he starts to lead.
Manchun.
He starts to lead you through the police cordon, and you hear like the flashbulb of the camera go off.
Oh goody!
And
I
yeah,
was about to say before he got took through, Braden comes back to his side with also a bagel.
Where'd you get the bagel?
Get half a look at Braden, sure, and there'd be a mutter, there'd be a little finger wiggle at thieves' cant of, "You share that later, you son of a bitch."
So Braden, are you going with him?
I guarantee you, Braden nicked that off another guard.
Are you going with him?
Yes.
Okay. So you have to explain that you're with him.
Aye.
And then the two of you are led to a carriage, and the carriage just starts to move. The cop who put you in the carriage is not coming with you.
This is the weirdest situation.
Why is this a weird situation?
Lack of context inherently makes anything weird.
Okay,
We
valid.
have contacts. Lawrence has been missing for several days. Someone probably filed a missing.
Yeah,
missing
like
persons report.
what they are doing is they are removing the victim from the scene of the trauma. Gamzee, this is standard practice.
Yeah.
He was gone for quite a bit, a couple of days. So.
Wait, what's confusing, friend?
They are not being arrested. They are just. They're just asking them what the fuck happened.
I find it weird because he's like, "What happened?" And I was gone, and now I'm back.
Yes, and that's all gonna get clarified. But you don't do that at the scene of the crime or in public.
Why would you give the trauma treatment if it's not confirmed that there was?
Because it is standard procedure to assume trauma.
Yeah, they're assuming that he's fucked up.
It's better to be too kind than not kind enough.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
He's not under arrest. They're just
I didn't think.
Where the fuck did you go?
It's not even where the fuck did you go? It's like, you're probably in shock. Let's get you someplace calm and not here, and we'll have an interview with you to see where you are, and then if you're up for it, we'll tell you what the fuck happened.
Yeah, exactly. So
So the carriage starts to move away from the scene. Did you two want to have a conversation?
and
So, while we're in the carriage, like Braden just kind of like halves the bagel and passes him half.
and Lawrence is just nods on it like,
Okay.
thank you.
So we crossfade to the two of you sitting in an office. It's not an interrogation room, but it's like a relatively Spartan.
It's a sergeant's corner office.
Yes, exactly. And we see, like, you both have drinks, and you have, like, the Waterdeep equivalent of, like, hamburgers.
Yep.
And
Now I'm hungry. Thanks.
yeah, like, we hear the door close, and Saith Cromley, like, sits down behind the desk with a sigh.
Remind me again. What's Cromley's rank?
That is a good question. He is... He is a sergeant.
That's what I thought. I knew it was fairly low rank, but
Yeah.
Nice. And Lawrence should probably start be sergeant.
This is the boy, by the way.
I went and look at the just pulled that up.
I love Cromley.
Now, unfortunately, I don't remember his voice, so I'm just gonna go with it. And he sits down at the desk, and he pulls out his little notebook, and he smiles at you tiredly, and he says, "It's good to see you well, Mr. Parnassus. We were concerned."
Last we'd seen him was when we were chasing the number, right? Wasn't it?
No, the last you saw of him was in Trench's office.
Oh yeah.
Okay,
I don't
right,
know
fine. I'll rephrase that. Last he will remember.
Yes, correct.
Was when we were chasing the fucking number 8.
He says, "I'm sure you've been through a time. Why don't you start at the beginning?"
I'm afraid
Well, I
there's.
was born in a little town way off in the middle of nowhere.
That's a good one. I have to admit. But no, Lawrence would just look really, really confused because there is no way he's going to admit that he got grabbed by fucking Manchun and caused a panic.
Okay.
So Lawrence would just look really confused and be like, "I was away on business, Sergeant. I don't understand what happened with my apartment. What happened?"
Make
while
a
I was
deception
gone?"
check for me, because you are lying.
I was gonna say if I could help him, I could say that.
Technically, it was business.
I
did.
Is there a way I could help?
There's not a way you can help him now.
Because just like could say we're dealing with the.
Okay, all right, that's so perfect. So,
Yeah.
for the record, Braden and Lawrence and Salcom, you all have an inspiration if you don't have it already.
Okay.
Whoa.
So say it like puts the pen down and he gives a little sigh. He says, "For the good of the city and your own well-being, Mr. Parnassus, I would ask that you tell me the truth. You're not under arrest, and if I'm sure that we can look the other way if you're concerned about illicit substances or some such."
Lawrence shakes his head, but he winces because, he likes Cromley. He relatively trusts Cromley, given his previous interactions.
Mhm.
But he still doesn't want to say. He doesn't want to be this blatantly honest, and again, possibly cause a panic, even if it is saying it just to Cromley because word gets around.
Right?
Then Lawrence sighs and says, "Sergeant, with all due respect, and this is going to be very difficult for me to say, I was kidnapped recently.
Cromley doesn't react. Like, he doesn't show surprise. He doesn't, like look more concerned than he did. He just calmly picks up his pen, and he kind of mutters, like, there's a good boy, and he starts writing.
And more efficient with by man soon.
Yeah, he keeps writing.
Aye, Braden like turns to Lawrence, raises an eyebrow, and like shrugs slightly. It's okay, we're going with the full thing then.
And Lawrence just shrugs back like, look, we're kind of stuck.
And so Cromley's writing. He says, man, you're certain of that's who it was?
Like, Braden's nodding, like, yeah. Mm-hmm.
And this was, and he gives the date of when you were taken.
Yeah, and Lawrence nods. That's accurate.
Something down there. Says, right. Would you refuse having a look at by a trained cleric, Mr. Parnassus?
And Lawrence smiles a little bit, and he just says, well, no, but I could kind of, he makes a show of looking at himself. He's like, I could kind of make my own examination, but I suppose that would be biased, wouldn't it?
It would also be inadmissible in court.
Of course, Sergeant.
And I'll have something scheduled. We'll have something sent to your residence in a few days. Write something down.
When he says court, Braden looks up, wait, hold on.
You're like, hold on, and Cromley smiles. He says, Mr. Parnassus is the victim of kidnapping. This is a matter of public record. There will be a court proceeding. It won't go to trial, but just a matter of record.
And Lawrence would pipe up with evidentiary hearing.
He nods.
Right.
Now, for the matter of the break-in. And he looks up at you like, right? We're moving on?
And Lawrence is looking a little confused, like, what happened precisely? I haven't been at my apartment in some days as a result.
The watch was alerted to several atypical deliveries to the neighborhood in question, Mr. Parnassus, all of which seems to be addressed to you. A great deal of things, as well as several noise complaints. Investigation showed the majority of your possessions are gone, Master Parnassus.
And Lawrence bites back a bit of a swear, and he goes, how gone?
Burned?
And, that gets another swear at him, like, damn it, that's not something I can actually fix.
Several opulent pieces of furniture were delivered to your address. There was no occupant. But do you have... Forgive me, technically I'm not supposed to ask you this, Mr. Parnassus, but do you have an active bank account with the city?
I would think that Embrick and Avi would.
I was going to say, yeah, Embrick and Avi do, but I don't think you do. You're a minor.
That's true. And I probably would have entrusted most of my cash to Embrick and Avi in the
You're
first
also
place.
an apprentice, yeah.
Right. So he would say, no, Sergeant, I don't.
You have some means of safekeeping your valuables, I assume. Whatever that may be. He doesn't want you to tell him what it is. He's just
right. And Lawrence just nodding along, like, yeah.
Is everything where it is meant to be?
As far as I'm aware, Sergeant, yes.
If you find that it's missing, just come back and ask for me, and we'll put in a theft, I suppose. The point is, several high-end purchases were delivered to your address. The things that you saw outside at the scene, but no one was there to sign for them. And so they just piled up and kept doing so. And eventually, when the watch procured a warrant to enter your domicile, he winces a little bit, like, sorry, there was no one inside.
Shrugs, like, nothing I can do about it.
A day later, he turns a page in his book, like backwards. He says, a day after that warrant was procured, we received a word that one, and I don't remember her name. Give me a second.
Yeah.
Sorry?
Is it Estrid?
Yes. One
Aye,
Istrid Horn was using your domicile as a safe house. However, we could find no evidence of such an individual.
And Lawrence looks confused as hell, like, what the fuck? You know, he's probably more stunned of why my place than who the fuck is this?
Yeah.
You know, it's like, you know, so all in all, Lawrence is just confused. Like,
You don't know anything about this.
and not that I can recall, Sergeant.
Make a deception check. I'm gonna weight this a little bit. I'm gonna give you a bonus because he believes you.
And it's also been a while.
Yeah.
And he's
So,
also probably
Lawrence
confused
might-
why
might-
Istrid
might
wasn't there.
also forgot.
Also, Cromley got a debilitating failure. So
Ow.
yeah, so he nods and he writes something else down. That's not what he says. Right. Well, the assets that were delivered to your domicile are yours in the eyes of the city, Master Parnassus, so you have funds there. Whatever you want. You can't leave them on the street, obviously, but they'll need to be dealt with within,
Lawrence,
well, 2 days, if possible.
and Lawrence nods and says, absolutely. This,
Other than that, we'll keep the case open while you take stock of your surroundings and let us know if anything need be pursued. Unless either of you have information on Istrid Horn, you're free to go.
Lawrence, you know, looks at Braden like, does that name ring a bell to you? Because it doesn't to me.
I think Braden just like shakes his head. Doesn't say anything, just no. Any information? No, not got a clue.
Right. Well, thank you for your cooperation, gentlemen. We will service you with a means to return to the scene if you feel up to it, or you can walk yourself. Fresh air is good once you're safely back in the city. It is good to have you back, Mr. Parnassus.
It's good to be back, Sergeant.
And he stands up and offers you his hand.
And Lawrence shakes.
Yeah.
It's good to be back. It was a tough go there for a bit, but
This is normally the part where I'd say we would move immediately on your aggressor, Mr. Parnassus, but to be frank, Manchun is a threat to more than just you, and I'm sure powers stronger than myself are already on it.
I'm debating whether I should say anything about it.
and I can just imagine Braden biting his lip, like, not gonna say anything, not gonna say anything, not gonna say anything. And Lawrence nods and says, I'm sure it will be, so thank you again, Sergeant. And yes, I think I will go take stock, and who knows, maybe some of my neighbors are going to have some very nice pieces to call their own.
Whatever it is, they can't stay on the street much longer, so if you would.
Yes, sir. Thank you. And
Yeah, he'll like walk you guys out. And then, yeah, do you want to take the carriage back, or do you want to walk back?
I mean, no reason to not take the carriage.
No. So, yeah, you guys get in the carriage, head back. Excuse me. Yeah, so you come back. The police tape has been removed. The crowd is interested in the piles of stuff, but there's a couple officers on hand just to make sure that, because technically it's not public property, right?
Yeah.
Right.
So like they're guarding it in the interim hours while you're in the care of the police, and then
Right.
when you get there, they will like tip the hat and start to leave.
And
Yeah.
Lawrence will nod at him and take out a notebook and start like writing down what everything is, and like if there's anything, anything in terms of like duplicates or.
So it's interesting now that you're taking some time to look. Then mind you, this is going to take a while. But
Oh, yeah, it's
now
gonna
that
take
you're
hours.
now that you're taking some time to look through this stuff, one of the piles is like extremely opulent, like semi-disposable things. It's like a
Wine and giant wheels of cheese.
yes, as well
Yeah.
as like assets that are not money but valuable nonetheless. Like silk, rolls of silk, portraits. Like it's just loot. The other two piles are damn near identical, and they are almost exactly your furniture.
That's.
Well, what's the differences then?
They are like they're not your stuff. They're brand new. And the difference is like name brand, like Maker's Mark is different, but it's like the same type of stuff.
So it's like getting a suit from, somewhere decent, and then getting something high end. That's the same kind of thing.
Yeah, except it's your apartment stuff.
Yeah, that's weird.
Yeah, and
Your chair, your coffee maker.
there's two of those piles.
Rug.
Lawrence is, he stops when he starts taking stock. It's like, and he just points with his quill. It's like, that's odd. That's really odd. What the hell?
Like Braden looks up. So what's up?
Take a look at that. And he points out both piles. Like,
Braden
That's
looks at both of them
identical.
and then like kind of shrugs his head. They're both the same. Wait.
yeah, said looks like some of this stuff is higher value.
No. These are about the same. The loot
Okay.
pile is separate.
Oh, and it's just
So you've pretty much got two stacks of furniture that have like
yeah, and he
More or
goes,
less,
huh.
yeah.
Well, if you ever find a second apartment,
Yeah, no kidding.
which I would suggest you do.
And yeah, I mean, he's gonna.
hey, now you
probably
have a
look
set
over
of furniture. Now you have a set of furniture for your room in the
in the manor, yeah.
troll skull.
Yep.
And Lawrence looks over at Braden like, so, do you think we could attend to some of this and, get decent price?
I mean, I would probably suggest like replacing what was lost in the house first.
Oh, absolutely. But
And
anything
what-
extra,
Anything extra we could probably pawn off.
or
If
we
not
could
use for...
and Lawrence, taps his lip with a quill and he says, "We always take over the manor."
I was going to say, if you could always use a second set for a different living space.
Exactly.
Looking at him as not saying that if you want to go to a separate living space, more you should go to a separate
And
living
then and Lawrence is picking up what Braden's putting down. It's like, yeah, I'm gonna replace this, and then I'm going to leave, and I'm never coming back. So
Goodbye, farewell, if you just like, fuck you.
yeah, be like, thanks for the time, but I think he'd finish taking stock, and he'd probably go talk to the landlady. It's like, look, given
She's not out
everything
here.
that happened. Oh,
Yeah, she's inside, or theoretically inside.
yeah. So he'd probably, once he was done, he.
I
Probably
mean,
talk
mind
with
you, this
Braden
is
about
just the stuff on the street. Like, you haven't been upstairs.
Oh, yeah. So
We should probably check inside.
it's a long pair of wheels in. Fuck this. Not quite, but you know, after a while, Lawrence would take stock and head upstairs.
Okay, so you
see
head
what was left in his apartment.
Okay, so you head upstairs to your apartment, and I imagine your apartment is on like the 3rd floor of like a 5-story building. Like, it's not the penthouse, by any means.
Yeah, but it's up a few flights.
Yeah, the door has been replaced.
Probably brand new, sparkling brass hinges.
Yes, as well as like
Master lock.
like the wood is better than any other door on this floor.
And Lawrence is wincing like,
Yeah, new locks, new doorknob, new locks, everything. The door appears to be locked.
Have
I mean-
the watch not been up here?
Lawrence frowns, pulls out his key just on the off chance. Probably not, but
Right.
you know, sees if it fits in the lock or not.
It does not. However, do you grab the doorknob when you try to fit the key in the lock?
Yeah,
Okay. When you
just out of habit.
Yeah, when you grip the doorknob, you hear the like whir of gears and several.
Does Braden hear it?
Yeah, probably. Like
Okay,
with
that he would like kick him out the way of the door.
okay, when he lets go, nothing like it stops.
Right.
Magical fuckery?
Lawrence frowns.
Maybe leave the door alone.
I don't think that's magical fuckery. I think that.
That sounds like mechanic.
Hold on.
That sounds
Did
like a
this
bit.
fucking-
That is what that sounds like.
Yeah, that's
No,
here.
no, 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 no.
That is.
No. Did this fucking lady decide to install a timer lock on your fucking door? That is fucking rude. I don't know if that's what the fox is doing, but if you don't know what a timer lock is, the lock itself is a dud. The longer you hold the knob to turn it, the more the door unlocks.
That's a neat concept.
I don't know if that's what the fox is doing, but that's what this fucking sounds like, and that is rude. It is a
So-
thieves' nightmare.
So Lawrence would probably,
It's a
you know,
thieves' nightmare until they learn the trick.
right. Lawrence would give Braden a look like, well, I'm not getting crossbow bolts shot at me yet, so far so good. And, you know,
Hey,
grips the,
if you let
so he
go of
gripped
the
the
knob.
doorknob again.
You grip the doorknob again, and yeah, you hear gears turning and mechanisms undoing. The door is like vibrating faintly and like clicking repeatedly. What's up? What's up, Braden?
And let Braden hearing the clicking going again. He's like panicking. Like, let it go.
Yeah, if you let it go, it stops.
Lawrence is just waving Braden off, so it's like,
Okay.
no.
After I don't know, probably 15 seconds, the knob in your hand loosens.
Yeah, so he frowns, turns it.
Door turns, or the knob turns.
That's so rude.
And you know, he pushes the door open. So
Okay, so you go to push the door, it doesn't move.
and Lawrence frowns like, this is weird. Right.
Did it become a fucking pull door?
With this one, probably.
So Lawrence would think about it. You're like, right. Time to go talk to the landlady. This is weird.
Okay.
So
Well, like he goes talk to
The door
So
down.
so you let go of the knob.
yeah.
You everything clicks back into place. So you're gonna go ahead and talk to the landlady. What did you say, Braden?
while he's going down to talk to her, Braden's going to like look over the door, see if he can try and figure it out.
seems like a normal door. Brand new shiny brass hinges, brand new shiny brass doorknob, real nice quality like hardwood. It's been stained. It's like the nicest door in this building by far.
Can I look at the hinges to see which way they move?
Yeah, they appear to move outward.
It became a goddamn pole door.
Looks at it, it's like, okay, that's odd for its size. Goes to the doorknob, but like the actual lock and peers inside and tries to get a left to see what the actual lock inside
It is dark inside, even with your dark vision. Like you can't see into the lock.
Okay. Well, clearly something was happening while holding the actual doorknob, so he's gonna
Okay,
not
so
take it by
as Lawrence is about to get to the stairs, you grab the doorknob. Nothing happens.
What do you mean?
It's also magic, this bitch.
See? Magical fiery.
You literally just grab the doorknob, no clicking, no vibrating, nothing.
Okay.
It's like a
Looks up at the
fingerprint
hinges and
door. What the fuck?
Exactly.
It's kind of awesome in a very weird way.
So Lawrence is about to go back downstairs. You wanna holler at him?
No.
Okay.
I'll look up at the hinges and pull it towards him.
The door is locked currently. The knob doesn't turn. You're just gonna try to rip it out of the wall?
Oh, right.
It didn't give you the same click.
Wait. Hold on. Something's clicking in my head. Child of God, come here.
I just said, are you gonna stop him before he goes downstairs? You were like, no, I'm gonna let him go.
But I also didn't realize what was happening there.
Took you a second to parse.
But now you have to run after them.
No, because he was on his way down the stairs.
Okay, yeah. So you're just like Lawrence, you stop.
Yeah, just turn around
You turn around, you see Brayden with his hand on the door, but you don't hear anything.
Or says it until
Let's
okay,
go.
this is weird.
Come here, hold the doorknob, wait till the clicking stops, and then pull it. And it stands to the side.
Looks at the door, puts his hand on the knob.
Okay.
Eyeballs at him. It's
Yeah.
there's no way I was this stupid. Wait, and then you probably freeze. No, there's absolutely a way I can
So
be this stupid.
you grab the knob and it starts vibrating and clicking and the mechanism is moving and then it clicks and the knob loosens in your hand and you turn the knob and you pull. Make a strength saving throw for me, please.
Oh my
Oh,
god.
Oh dear.
They turned your door into a vault.
We're gonna need a beholder's eye stalk, a MacGuffin.
So you pull on the door
and 3 dozen donuts.
So I have a question for Trey Scare.
Oh dear.
Have you ever dealt with a door that just sucks? There's no reason this door should be this heavy.
Several, including doors like this.
Cool.
Same.
Yeah. So you go to pull on it, you feel it give, but it weighs probably 50 pounds right on your wrist.
I'm feeling this all the way
that.
back
Eat
to my
those
shoulder.
doors.
Fuck
Yeah, I'm
that.
feeling this all the way back to my shoulder. Easy.
Yes.
Wait,
It's
Wait,
door on the safe at work is like that, and it sucks so much. I have to get it closed, but I have to go in and out of that door, and it sucks.
Yeah, it hurts.
Yeah.
So
Braden
Workout.
looks at the door, looks at Lawrence, looks him up and down. It's like, you alright there?
oh, that's heavy.
now hold on. I'm gonna
You
be
don't
real
actually
with
get
you.
it open. You budge it, but you can't physically move it.
I'm gonna be real. I always thought people were over dramatic with heavy doors. I have never had a door.
It's legit, dude.
No, it sucks.
It's painful.
It's mostly old doors that aren't cared for.
Right.
I've had a couple jobs where people are like, careful with that door, and I don't have a single issue with it, and they act like it weighs 400 pounds, and I'm just...
There are some shitty doors out there.
Is it...
To be fair, you're also playing a guy who's like, someone says shitty door and you move it like it's nothing.
So, yes, you can't actually pull it open.
Can I give him a hand to try and shift it?
Yeah, totally. Make a strength saving throw. You have advantage because you're working together.
Really find out there's a chair holding it shut,
Okay.
even though it should be going the other
So,
direction.
Brayden, like you grab the knob with both hands, you both pull, and you know how when you pull a door open, like you see the hole of the door very quickly?
Yeah.
With this, you go pulling and it just keeps growing. And
Wow.
after a couple seconds, there's like, the door's about a foot thick.
I was about to say, Jesus, this boy's stuck.
Okay.
Yeah.
And just this explains a lot.
And you like grab the side of it. You don't see any mechanism for the locks that you heard, by the way. It's just a flat door. And then you both like grab it, you haul it open, and like immediately, like there's the faint sound of brass trumpets and some like light fog rolls out. What is your perfect apartment, Lawrence?
Oh my god.
Oh no.
Magic fuckery indeed.
And then
Istrid Horn is one eccentric fucker.
You could
doors.
Istrid Horn had nothing to do with this, Birchvela.
Oh no. I have other concerns now.
What is like Lawrence's like dream apartment? Like right down to the color of the carpet.
Oh.
Oh, I know who did this.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Why the fuck do you think Istrid Horn would have upgraded this man's house?
I know exactly who did this.
Yeah?
Oh boy.
Less magic fuckery and more divine fuckery.
There you go.
Lawrence?
Yeah, divine bullshit.
Lawrence?
So probably now that that's out of the way, probably a lot of basically everything he could have ever wanted as a smith.
Okay.
But he was always unsure of himself. You know, it's like I'm never going to get to Ember Kanavi's level.
So it opens up in like you have a little like hallway. There's like a door on each side, and then it opens up into the main room that is just a dad's garage.
Yeah, more or less. Except, you know, it's a lot. There's also probably a lot of touches, like with the Steam and Steel.
Mm-hmm.
Because
there's a
that's
giant
also kind
symbol of
home.
Gond facing the door, by the way. Giant, like, brass symbol of Gond on the wall.
I have two
I know
questions for the
exactly.
box. First of all, is it bigger on the inside?
No.
Darn.
Aw.
Okay.
The second question was, is there a giant ass window for ventilation?
There is.
Probably, yes.
There's also
Okay.
a couple of those, like, cooking range vents above the work tables.
Yeah, just the vent hoods.
Yeah.
So, I have the perfect phrase to describe this room. It's like a man cave mixed with a dad's garage with also temple fucker.
Yes.
Yes. And Lawrence, you know, manages to help get the door open with Braden's help. He probably sees the symbol on the wall and he just starts laughing. And you know,
Braden's looking at him like he's a madman.
You
What
bastard.
the fuck did that miss?
and you know, Lawrence, you know, pulled Braden a little bit in so he can see. It's like, and he just gestures to the symbol on the wall and he says, "My lord decided to have a spot of fun with me, and I very, very much love it." You know, he's
So-
looking up. Thank you.
So when you say that, a cuboid, spindly limbed, like fairy-like creature, like comes like waddling into view. Is about a foot tall.
Is that a fucking Modron?
Yes.
Are you giving him a fucking row, bro?
Yes, I am.
Oh my
He's got
fucking
one eye in the center of the cube face facing you. He's got little wings, 2 arms, 2 legs, and he just like a wooden soldier like marches into screen, turns, and marches towards the door.
So, you have to open that door, that heaviest fuck door, every time you want to get into your apartment.
I'm gonna get some strength bonuses from this after about a week.
No, it's just gonna suck.
So is the door like blast resistance or something?
It appears to be a normal wooden door.
I wonder if you install this door in any
A
other
foot
room.
thick
it
normal
just-
wooden door.
I imagine if you install this door on anything else, it also becomes Lawrence's dream room.
Right, so this little mechanical, whatchamacallit, is like slowly marching towards us.
Yes, correct.
Okay. Right, let's get ready to punt it.
All right. Okay. What's up?
Oh, that's great. Fucking love
What did you
it.
say there, Trisker?
What did you say,
I said,
Trace?
don't punt it.
So
Brayden's going to if you don't stop him.
yeah. So make an athletics check.
I said, he's getting ready to. If it gets closer, he's going to.
I mean, yeah, he's walking towards you. And it's just this little hallway. It's only about 10 feet long.
Is he just like cartoon style holding his foot back in the ready position?
Right.
Yeah, I was gonna die.
And Lawrence would, put a hand on his shoulder, like, hold up. And, he crouched down and look at it, like, oh, now, what are you?
It makes the noise of a modem starting up.
As it... yes, of course. That explains everything right there.
Yep.
That's perfect.
Mm-hmm.
This is
Like
almost-
it makes the noise as if in answer to your question, and then stops making noise.
Lawrence frowns and says, sorry, I don't seem to be able to understand you.
Its eye starts flashing different colors.
He sits and waits, and it's like, oh, this is odd. I mean, he's looking around again a little bit, like, this is absolutely amazing, but wow. Not quite sure how to take all this.
With your
And-
hands, clearly.
Clearly.
You wouldn't use your feet for forging.
Damn it, Gracie. So, if I'm honest, I'm not quite sure, what the next course of action would be with this little automaton.
Okay.
So he'd probably stand back up, and he would go and close the door. Don't
So
wanna
if
leave it
you
direct-
close the door, you'll be closing Brayden out.
Oh, I thought I pulled Brayden inside.
You haven't stepped inside until that moment.
Oh, okay. Yeah, in that case, you pull Brayden in, and,
Okay.
you walk in.
When you walk in, the door soundlessly just closes behind you.
He turns and looks like, huh.
Nice.
Boy, I've got a lot to learn.
Good luck getting out.
I'll manage.
So
Yeah.
you look at this side of the door when it's closed, and there's just a glowing like handprint like above the knob.
And Lawrence looks at it and, he goes, oh, this explains a lot. Clever.
That explains why it's so hard to get open.
Worth it. So, he probably starts stepping around, just taking a look at everything, trying
Every
to just like,
room is the actualized version of that room to Lawrence's taste.
oh shit.
Well, I think
You
it's
know,
safe
Lord-
to say you got an upgrade.
And Lawrence just gives this like stunned nod, and he says, "Right. I think I need to offer up some prayers to Gond for a little while because wow, this is just amazing."
There is a device on your workstation that you have never seen the like of before.
That
It
would
is
probably be
it
a
is
catch-up.
cherry red, vaguely like cube shaped. It has a white dial in the middle of it, and the top that looks kind of like a dog's bone seems to come off.
Oh, for fuck's sakes!
You lost me.
It's a standard landline telephone.
Oh.
Oh my god.
Direct connection to God.
Godly hotline.
For he is my champion, and he shall have my number.
Apparently. And I was just looking at like, what the heck is this thing?
Sorry, all I can imagine just picks up the phone as if through a megaphone. You like the new digs?
How dare you? That's what I was going to do, you bastard. Stop it.
Something. Give the fox back their notebook.
Um,
But Lawrence would like look it over, like, what in the heck is this thing? And he would actually take the receiver off, like,
Okay.
looking it over.
You take the receiver off. I'm looking for this character's name, because I don't remember her name.
Which one?
The Dragonborn.
the Dragon Boys. Fucking what?
I don't remember what her name was.
Someone we met.
Yeah,
From the House of Inspired Hands or somewhere else?
yeah, that's her.
Oh,
Oh, that lady.
Doing a think.
I don't recall either.
I'm looking through my list. It was.
I really
Trying to
wish
find
Command. I really wish Command F.
Valletta. Her name is Valletta.
Valletta, that's it. I
You know-
really wish Control F would work with the handouts.
The problem is I couldn't remember her name.
This
So,
fucking...
so you pick up the receiver, Lawrence, and you hear, like, obviously it's not against your ear, but you hear like speech.
So he brings it closer, like, what the heck?
Yeah. So you don't hear, you heard speech, and then you bring it close. You don't hear anything.
And he brings it up to his ear, like, hello?
Yes. What did you need?
I'm sorry. This is Lawrence Parnasse. I just found this thing in my apartment. It seems that Lord Gond may have had a hand in this. What?
I should hope so. You're connected with the House of Inspired Hands. This is Valletta speaking.
And his eyes snap open, like, oh shit. Oh, so long distance communication without magic.
Oh no, it's certainly magic.
With a lot of magic.
Oh,
I should mention the cuboid thing is not connected to anything.
He is the magic boy.
And Lawrence would just say, I'm not entirely sure, how to take all this in. It's mind-boggling in the best way imaginable. I apologize for interrupting anything you may have had going on. Would it be possible to come by and get a tour at some point?
Certainly, we're open to the public between daybreak and dusk, though anything you need to know should be in the user's manual.
Users manual? What? He's looking around his
Yeah,
workstation.
you're looking around, you're like, user's manual, and the cuboid Modron, like, walks up to you holding, like, this huge book.
It's probably like equivalent to a phone book or a dictionary.
Yeah, probably.
I'm sorry, but this
We
is
got a manual for a car for your apartment.
I'm terribly sorry, but this is striking me like, do I look like I know what a JPEG is?
A little bit. A little bit.
I mean, it's not wrong, given the jump in technology. And Lawrence is a smith. This is for a good chunk of his life beyond him. So
This is the shit of dreams, is what this is.
yeah, and Lawrence is kind of mentally trying not to scream and flail.
I'm just saying, between Lawrence, the House of Inspired Hands, Pierce, and Blackstaff, the chances of my plan are looking a little bit better.
Fleeing is a free action, right?
Yeah, exactly. So he goes,
Sorry, what?
If you require specific assistance, we can send a technician over. You're still on the phone with Valetto, by the way.
Yeah, and he goes, actually, given I don't know what a lot of this is, I would greatly appreciate this.
And do you have an address?
And he'd rattle off his apartment address.
So yeah, you rattle it off, and she makes like an affirmative noise, like, oh, I know what this is. And she says, oh, you're the recent convert.
Yes, I am.
Robert should have everything you need.
Robert. Oh, I love it.
My God.
Robert, report.
God damn it!
Sorry, there should be a little metal creature somewhere nearby.
Yes. Is that Robert?
Yes. You should have everything you
Thank
need.
you.
Though, if you need a specific technician, you need but call.
Yes, I'll keep that in mind. Thank you very much.
Of course. And you hear a click.
And he puts the receiver back down.
Yep.
And he
I turn
says,
back to look at Braden. He's looking at you like you've been talking to yourself.
Right? Yeah.
it's
like
basically
Braden's just holding
pants
on the
down.
Right. Braden's holding some nondescript device, just looking at you like, the fuck?
I love the idea that Brayton's holding a half-finished ham radio.
Probably.
That'd be kind of awesome, actually.
So yeah, do you take the book from the Modron?
Oh yeah, and he's gonna start,
So you grab it. It weighs nothing.
and he's like, "Okay, this is kind of neat." Just. And he
Gotta
just has
figure out
the
how to put that
biggest,
on,
dumbest-
Michelle's notebook.
Oh God. that's
What do you
great.
what do you do?
So, Lawrence has the biggest, dumbest grin ever in the history of Faerun on his face.
Mm-hmm.
And that's probably saying something.
Mm-hmm.
And he says, he just lifts the mail a little bit. He says, it appears I've got some reading to do. I'm going to be at this for a while. So if you want to make yourself comfy, go right ahead.
Looks around the room. Is there anywhere that is
Yes. If Lawrence wants there to be, to have a sitting room, there's
Yeah,
a sitting
it's-
room.
It's basically not quite a knockoff of Embrick and Avi's sitting area, but it's close. It's probably in Gon's colors, no less.
I realize now you're gonna have to invite those two over for lunch, right?
Yes.
I'm sorry, does that mean Lawrence also has the ultimate Lawrence kitchen?
He has the ultimate. He has the ultimate Lawrence everything with one exception.
Which is
Your bed is a circular bed that is shaped like a gear on top of a platform that looks like gears, and it levitates.
that's awesome.
Are we sure that's not the ultimate Lawrence bed?
No, it absolutely is. Just saying.
Fair.
This is some of the coolest shit ever.
Yes.
I love all of this.
So
Lawrence is doing
Brayton
a
Brayton
squeak.
sinks into a chair with the rest of his bagel sandwich, and we crossfade over to the bookworm's treasure,
Oh boy.
where we see Pierce like preparing his spells for the day. He has a cup of tea beside him, and Rashal is like cleaning the shop up to open. It's like early in the morning, so before all of this other stuff happened.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, this is the little gold dragonborn is like busily like bustling around. At one point, Pierce like lifts his feet and he like sweeps under the chair.
Mm-hmm.
And he like turns the sign to open, moves behind the counter. And then yeah, you said you wanted to have a conversation with him.
Yes. I don't think we had time last night to go over like the stuff that Shockham had. Like Pierce didn't have time to ask him about it.
No.
So, yeah. So he's gonna like eventually he's gonna like turn his spellbook closed as he's finished. Let out a sigh. Hey, Rashal.
I am,
You-
as always, at your disposal, Master Avril. What can I do for you?
I'm thinking about what I'm going to do for the events of today, and it occurred to me, what did Salcom have you ask the stone? Or rather, what answers did you get? Not sure you remember the questions per se.
In regards to the moments before everything popped to the fray, as it were,
He nods.
I could certainly look in the ledger. It won't take a moment. It will, however, take me a moment because I don't remember. Sock?
The questions were that I asked Rashal to ask
Yes.
the stone. The questions were where, and it was where is the vault? How do we get in? I believe it was.
Okay.
And just as he went bonkers, I got ready to ask a question about people.
Okay, so where is the vault located and what was the second one?
How do we get it open?
Okay. So that is a bunch of valid questions. I need to find the thingus again so that I can tell you exactly what Rashal wrote. Because
Mhm.
that's only fair. But there's a lot of handouts, so.
In fairness, Pierce was there. He was told.
Aye, he was told, but it's a valid question. Okay, so Rashal is looking through.
I mean, I don't remember, and I
Right.
believe Pierce would be
It doesn't-
exhausted. He probably doesn't remember. So I'm asking for my sake.
I have 3 answers here, Master Avril, but the third is just the word kill on repeat. I don't think that's relevant to your inquiries. The first says pink flumph. I'm not entirely sure why. The second says beholder eye stalk, bronze dragon scale, and cask of dwarven ale.
Pink Blump. Putting this in my notes now,
Mhm.
so I have it.
I should put this in my notes as well.
Yes, you probably should.
I know for a fact I have it in my notes. I just can't find it.
How do you spell flump?
Foxtrot, Lima, Utah, Mike, Papa, Hotel.
Papa.
That's what it is! Blame NATO!
I know, but it gets me every time.
Holders.
Something paparazzi.
I stop. Cask of Dwarven Ale.
And a bronze dragon scale.
One we have, one we know where to get, and the other one's going to be a bitch.
All, and he scribbles them in his own book.
Mm-hmm.
If I know Sock'em,
There is a mechanic in D&D to determine how well if you know Sock'em.
Insight.
Correct. Okay.
Well, you're probably gonna want to drink the ale.
That roll is not fantastic.
If it's a low roll, I know exactly how Pierce would interpret the first answer.
How would Pierce interpret the first answer?
You're trying to figure what these were answers to, yeah?
Yeah.
All I can imagine is just in the back of Pierce's mind, you hear Sock'em's voice. What is the strongest creature on the planet?
Yeah, no, certainly.
Okay, the last three look like reagents to some stupid potion he might be trying to make. I don't know. I have no fucking clue what this first one is. He kind of just pushes his notebook away from him, just looking at the name and he's just in a stupor.
Well, I am unfamiliar with a varietal of flump known as a pink flump, which leads me to believe that the adjective in question is important. That, in turn, leads it to be perhaps a ship, or
Is a flump a creature?
Yes,
That was adorable.
a flump is a creature. Yes.
To clarify, does it say a pink flump, the
It
pink
just
flump,
says
or
pink
just
flump.
pink flump?
Just says pink flump.
Also,
Could I make some kind of history, nature, or arcana check to determine if I know
You
anything
can
about
make
that?
any of those. It will give you different information.
roll them all.
Okay, I will roll all of them.
Okay, do them one at a time. Like we'll go around each one. So, flumps are the celestial version of imps, basically.
Okay.
They're like neutral good, little cowardly. Now, don't think of a cherub when I say this. Flumps are ugly. They look a little bit like a Carnivine.
Hang
I
on.
know what you're talking. I know Pokemon.
Imagine for a minute.
Compare Chef to Pokemon all day long. I got it.
I know, that's
Yeah.
why I said it.
Yeah, I got that.
I have a picture of a flump. Give me a sec.
They look a little bit like a Carnivine, or a little bit like a what's the one with feelers? What's the grass type one with feelers?
Tangela.
No. It's like a lily with feelers.
A lily with feelers?
Yeah. Like imagine like if a Vileplume had vine whips. Like combine that and a Carnivine, and that's basically what a flump looks like.
Ish, okay.
They're like little neutral good. They're extremely cowardly. They're basically like the essence of celestial energy. That's like what they are.
They love adventurers because
They love adventurers. They hate adventure.
yes,
Okay.
adventurers give off an inherent positive vibe for them, and they absorb it like sustenance.
Okay.
Um,
I'm gonna roll history now.
Okay.
There's a picture for you, Nightfall.
Wait, aren't they aberrations?
I'm pretty sure they're Celestials.
Come on, come up here, come up here.
History, they love adventurers. They hate adventure, they hate danger. They like to show up and, like, feed on energy, and they'll make little, like, cooing sounds, and then they'll disappear again.
Okay, with history, I meant to preface this. I'm thinking about, like, Waterdeep.
There's no notable, like, flump encounters in Water. Like, a flump did not save the city.
Any locations?
Not, like, you rolled well. I will give you credit where it is due. You rolled well. But you're not from here.
Yeah, gotcha.
You have not heard of any flump-related locations in Waterdeep.
Okay. For the sake of it, I'm roll nature as well.
Okay.
The only time it doesn't matter, I roll incredibly well.
This absolutely matters, boy! Flump corpses don't really stick around. They like fade away. They're extraplanar beings. It's unclear if they can get diseased, but probably not very likely. They reproduce similarly to beholders, just like a collection of positive energy and a flump.
Okay.
You don't know how they taste.
Gotcha.
He wrote nature. What do you want?
Yeah, I'm just finding that hilarious that that's an option.
I have no fucking clue what Sock'em would want with a flump. And I don't know why it has to be pink.
I'm sorry, but they probably taste like shitty gummy worms.
So gummy worms.
I mean, they are from the Underdark.
Well, I think the only way for me to find out what the fuck Sock'em asked is for me to go ask Sock'em. And I think he picks up his book and starts to get up. And then stop.
Mm-hmm.
Rashal, I have a scroll I want. If you happen to have it. I don't have the gold for it right now. But a scroll of...
You have an outstanding line of credit, Master Avaru, to say nothing of the KnightLites' own demeanors. Master Sirgaze has given some money to the cause, so to say.
Would you happen to have a scroll of... I think it's Mirror Image? Is that the name of the spell? Hang on.
That is the name of the spell. Let me check if Rashal has Mirror Image. He might. I'd be very surprised if he didn't, but I will check. Rashal, do you have Mirror Image?
Do boy have thingus?
Checking. What level spell is Mirror Image?
First.
It is a second.
Oh, I thought it was first. Perhaps I am thinking of Silent Image.
Probably. I don't have one to hand, Master Averil, but I certainly have the means to gather such a spell. It is one worth knowing, certainly.
He nods. When you can, I would greatly appreciate that spell. From what I've read about it, it's an amazingly defensive spell.
Consider it done, Master Averil. I will put it in your next copy of your spell book at no additional price.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
That is what you want the scroll for, I assume.
He nods.
Then we will forego the lesser variant and I will simply add it to your roster.
Thank you.
He nods and you open the door. And your foot hits like a rolled up newspaper. At the same time that Rashal says, "Before you go, Master Avril, would you mind pass me the Times?"
Yeah, and he goes to pick it up.
Yeah, you pick it up.
Glances at it.
It's like rolled up in a plastic bag.
Okay, pass it over.
And he takes it and he unrolls it. You step out. And as you go to leave, you hear Rashal like shout in alarm.
Immediately turn around and go right back in.
You go back in, and Rashal is like looking at the newspaper, like all bug-eyed. His hands are shaking a little bit. He says,
Something wrong?
I should say so. That's right. And he turns it to face you, and the front page story is Sergey's burns down the watch.
Oh, fuck.
Yep.
Well,
That's not good. Before I do anything else, I'm rolling these because I roll these for a long rest. I forgot to do so.
Okay, you might want to heal. Get your long rest benefits.
Yeah.
And what's hilarious about this is when he turns it to face you, he shouts again at something on the back of the page.
What else could possibly be worse?
And he turns the other side, and he shows you a picture of the piles of stuff in front of Lawrence's house or apartment. and it says Parnas is still missing. Flea market crops up on street.
oh, for fuck's sakes!
Oi, oi, oi.
God. Where's Lawrence's apartment on the map relative to where the Troll Skull is and the Yawning Portal?
It's near Troll Skull Alley. It's like a couple streets over from Troll Skull. It's like 5-minute walk.
I guess I'm stopping there first before I head to the portal.
God.
You're gonna be there while Lawrence is talking to Cromley. This is so good. Oh my god. Okay.
No.
Fuck. That. Are we sure that's a flea market?
No, it's clearly not a flea market. It's a catchy headline.
Yeah.
It's a catchy headline and it has to be in a
Need to
tabloid.
get closer and look at the paper in detail. Just skim it.
Which article are you reading?
I'm gonna look at the Sergey's one first.
It literally says eyewitnesses on the scene tipped off the City Watch and the Order of the Gauntlet to a potential arson attack, naming one Tristan Sergey's hero of Waterdeep in the conspiracy. Not long, like less than an hour later, the worst fears were realized as fireballs erupted in the middle of the garrison.
Okay.
No arrests have been made.
Is the religious affiliation listed here
Religious affiliation?
of the people that of the place that was fireballed?
Yeah, it says like the garrison of the Order of the Gauntlet.
God damn it, Lawrence.
Pierce would make the
Wait,
connection.
why damn it, Lawrence?
Because they named him.
Yeah, Lawrence named him. Why they named him, I don't fucking know. I was silently screaming the whole time.
It- Now, luckily, they didn't put Lawrence's name in the article,
Yeah.
but they did list the dead and injured in the attack.
I think he's gonna shake his head and then flip over to the other one
Uh-huh.
and we'll start reading that one.
Yeah, it says, it's a follow-up story. It says, like, not much has changed in the disappearance of one Lawrence Parnassus. We wish him well. Oddly, noise complaints were directed to his apartment, with no one inside. Furthermore, strange deliveries started to be made, and now they're piling up on the street, and then it, like, suggests a detour.
I'm gonna go check this out and see what the hell
require
is going on.
assistance, Master Averill. With the patronage of Master Seergaze and the Nightlight, I can afford a day of not being open, if you wish.
I think I should be fine. I'm sure Lawrence will be there to handle it himself. I just want to see what exactly is going on.
As you like. I shall remain here and hold down the proverbial fort, as it were.
One more thing before I leave. He opens his book to the list of things again. On the off chance that we have to go get one of these, is there an off chance that a Gazer's eye stalk would work in place of a Beholder's?
Are you asking me or Rashal?
Rashal.
I haven't the faintest idea what a Beholder's eye stalk would be for, aside from causing a great deal of death. Master Avro, it is not beyond potentiality that a gazer could inflict similar harm, but I wouldn't want to try to control either. Frankly, I believe the first step should be determining what it is these are for.
You're not. Because if we end up needing it, I'd rather not have to go to... Would he Pierce know where Xanathar is, like in Undermountain or whatever? Just to
in the same way that I know where Venice, Italy is.
Okay, yeah. So he'd throw out the comment, I don't want to go down to Undermountain to fight Xanathar before doing whatever we have to do.
It very well could be that these three items could, if brought together, destroy our world. It is not beyond the realm of possibility that the Master Salcom would ask such a thing, I should think.
What three things should we never bring together ever?
Exactly.
I will keep that in mind. And I think then he's gonna leave. Give Rashal back the paper.
Yeah. And so you go to leave, and Rashal shouts again, and you turn, and he turns and winks at you and chuckles.
I'll see you later, Rashal.
Yes. Travel safely, Master Avro. I'll be
I
here.
will. Thank you.
You head out. Where are you going?
Get a carriage and head towards...
You literally don't need a carriage. It's close.
Okay, so walk. Okay.
It's like 5-minute walk, yeah.
Yeah, I'm just gonna walk over.
So I love the idea that like we see the same scene when Lawrence like we see like we crossfade, right? Like you leave the book of treasure. We crossfade to the carriage with Brayden and Lawrence driving away, and then the camera pans to the right and Pierce is walking up.
That's some beautiful timing, I just want to say.
Right?
So you see a crowd of people, a bunch of like City Watch officers, like everybody is like talking and shouting, and like some people are like seem to be happy crying, and there's like go ahead.
Kit, one more thing. I wanna ask a question because I forgot to do this while I was at Rashal's. Could I have resummoned my familiar with a ritual while I was there?
Sure.
Okay.
And then you see, the cordoned off area and the 3 big piles of stuff on the street. And people are like waving down the street and cheering in the opposite direction that you walked up from.
Okay, so I'm not gonna fly my familiar that way to like mess with the timeline that's already happened.
Thank you.
Apparently Lawrence is really liked around here.
And I'm gonna...
Waterdeepians are close-knit, Birchmila.
Yeah.
I'm a smith, so I'm blue collar as fuck.
He's also he's also a young, hardy lad who came here on his own, made a name for himself, and then vanished.
Also true.
So from the sidelines, I'm gonna try to look at the furniture the best I can, but I'm gonna do it through my familiar. The familiar just sitting on my head because the familiar has better eyesight than Pierce does.
Okay.
The Hulk has advantage on perception checks that rely on sight.
Okay. Make a perception check with advantage, I suppose.
I'm like trying to identify the. No, that would be investigation. Just identify what the fuck is on the street, wouldn't it?
I mean, yeah, perception will be to notice anything interesting.
Okay, so that'd be investigation. I do better in investigation anyway.
Okay. So about that,
Is this the part where we call Pierce a dirty liar?
I would say this before Pierce's bonus, he rolled a 3.
Ouch.
Oh, I am terribly sorry for the wording on this, but that is a 10 out of 10. Get fucked, mate.
So
So you think you're good?
You see
Knuckles
three
rolls
piles
his
of
sleeves up.
stuff. 2 of which seem to be furniture. One of them looks like a pirate's hold.
The fuck?
I remind you, you're 4th grade. You could just walk through the fucking police cordon.
I think he's gonna like duck under like the police tape. And
Yeah,
just
one of the SWAT is like, "Hey, hang on," and then he sees your badge, and he's like, "Oh shit, it's you!" Like,
I just wanna
Not
ask-
this kid again.
It's the universal god. Damn it.
Wait. Do I still have the infamy with City Watch? Fuck.
yeah, probably. It's only been like 4 days.
I just want to ask what was going on here.
Yeah, so the lieutenant before like comes over, and he starts to shoot you away, and he sees your badge, and he's like, sighs, and he says, "This really isn't a matter for Blackstaff Tower, Captain."
I understand, but one of my associates lived in this apartment complex, and I wanted to know what was going on.
He blinks at you. Who?
Lawrence Parnassus?
We have information on his whereabouts. You'll be happy to hear.
I'd appreciate it.
Currently in the custody of the Watch. He's not under. Like, hold the hand up really quick. He's not under arrest. He's just in our custody while we
I
make.
love how I have infamy, and this dude is like, "Look, I don't want your bullshit today," and that's all it is.
That's what
that
infamy is, bitch.
That was the fucking reflex of I want to keep my job.
Yes, yes, it was. Because the last time he showed up in front of the Watch, people got fucking fired.
Oof. Wait, people got fired from that incident? I did not know this.
Yes. No, you didn't know this because you don't work for the Watch. Why would they tell you? That was the "I want to keep my job" reflex. You are correct, sir.
Captain Averill, the job killer.
It's like, just ascertaining his well-being, getting his statement, and then he'll be released onto the street, providing that he doesn't require attention, Captain.
He nods. Not in any way, like, making a move to, like...
Yeah, the dude has got, like, one hand on his notebook, and, like, the other hand he's, like, trying to placate you.
Mm-hmm. Any idea what this stuff on the street is?
Oh, he pulls out his notebook, flips through it. Deliveries in Mr. Parnassus's name, actually.
Now that I'm closer to it, can I see anything about it, or...?
Looks like 2 piles of furniture and 1 pile of pirate shit.
Oh yeah, baby, pirate shit.
We also can't get into the apartment.
Can't get into it.
You are just tickled pink by this, Trey Scare.
You goddamn right I am.
Tickle pink flump
We
fetish.
tried to get a key from the landlady, but apparently someone replaced the lock.
May I take a look at the door? See if I can see anything about it?
He looks up from his notebook, and just for the briefest second, the look on his face is, "Please don't." And then he says, and then he says, "Right this way, Captain." And like closes the notebook and starts to head inside.
I know for a fact Pierce isn't going to be able to get into it, but I just want to like.
There is no rule that says you cannot get into it. Hang on now. The only thing is you can't be in the hallway when Lawrence comes back. That's the only thing.
Okay, that's fair enough.
There is no rule saying you can't get in. There's only Gone saying, I don't know your ass.
Yeah. So you're led up to the 3rd floor of this, like, brownstone apartment building.
Mm-hmm.
And you go to this really nice door. It's like...
Can I just say, I feel really bad for this dude who I talked to. I feel so bad for him.
It's gonna get so much worse before you're done. Like you roll up, and like all the other doors in this hallway are like white, and the paint is peeling on them. This one is like hardwood stained. It's got new brass hinges and a big brass like doorknob on it. And he just like gestures at it, and he says, "The key doesn't work, Captain."
I see. Quite a renovation.
We don't have a warrant to try to force entry. We did a few days ago. The store wasn't here a few days ago.
I see. I'm gonna investigate the door and see if I can find anything interesting about it.
Make an investigation check. Oh, it's okay. Fair enough. It is a pull door.
Mm-hmm.
It has an internal lock.
2 seconds of looking. 2 seconds of looking. It's a pull door.
Oh, the door.
It has an internal locking mechanism that you cannot see. It looks like high security, like the type of thing that's like designed to confound thieves.
Uh-huh.
Other than that, it seems to be a nice wooden door.
Is there any insignia on it?
Nope. It's got the number of the apartment on it.
Place hand on the doorknob, see if it does anything.
Yeah, you grab the doorknob, nothing happens. It's locked.
Where's Brayden when you need him?
Right?
I know, right? I suppose we'll have to wait for Lawrence to get back here before anything can be done with the door.
If it's not an active crime scene, we don't have jurisdiction, Captain.
I agree. I will leave this alone then. And he goes a step away from the door.
Yeah, he says thank you, Captain, and it's the most genuine thing he said to you.
Oh, this poor guy.
Like, thank you for not starting something and getting me in more trouble.
Do you feel bad yet, Pierce?
I do!
Good. Now stop bothering these gentlemen.
You say that, but if I can bother them, I'm going to.
It's going to get so much worse. He says, is there anything else, Captain?
Not that I can think of.
Now that you mention it, I could use a sandwich.
I swear to God.
The look of horror on the guard's face when you ask who his superior is, and then the look of relief that he's going to commend him if you run into him.
Thank you so much for your time. You've been very helpful.
He nods and starts to leave, like leads you downstairs.
Mm-hmm. Followed downstairs.
We'll have guards posted until such a time as Mr. Parnassus or his legal guardians come to claim this stuff. Though city ordinance says that he's got about 2 days to get rid of it. It's blocking traffic. Captain.
I see. If I see him, I will let him know if he doesn't get the message before I can see him.
Of course, sir.
Just stupid funny. I'm half tempted to ask for one of the bagels that they're having.
There's not like a box of bagels. They're just like eating bagel sandwiches wrapped in paper.
I'm like,
They got from the shop around the corner, kind of thing.
There
Yeah, like a
probably is a
bodega
shop
or
around the
something.
corner.
Yeah, oh, absolutely.
I think Pierce is gonna like ask where they got them, and he's probably gonna stop and get one on the way to the portal.
Yeah. He gestures at like the corner, and there's like a delicatessen / bodega. Now I want a bagel sandwich. Fuck.
And yeah,
Just that breakfast sandwich montage from
think-
Birds of Prey.
I think he gestures, and by the time he looks back at Pierce, Pierce is already gone. His bird's just floating there.
There's a palpable sigh of relief as the smoke cloud dissipates.
I think the bird tilts its head at him and then flies away.
Yep. And then, so you're gonna go get a bagel sandwich, and where you headed?
Back to the yawning portal.
Now might be a carriage time.
Yeah, getting carriage.
So what does Pierce get on his bagel sandwich?
Most
I've
important
never-
question of the campaign.
I've never had one. I know I need to rectify this.
I'm gonna fix this
We
problem.
need to fix this immediately.
I'm
I
gonna
wouldn't be
fight-
alive without those.
Okay,
I'm
so
gonna fight
th-
this
now
stuff. I'm sending a message to the wolf.
hang on, guys. Hang on. Nightfall.
Yes.
The stuff you get on a breakfast biscuit is also acceptable on a bagel sandwich.
Oh.
Yeah.
There, I fixed it.
God damn it, Delta.
I'm a fan of bacon, eggs, and cheese.
Oh,
Yeah, that is actually really good. Just
Okay.
saying.
more of a sausage man.
I'm
God
still
damn it! Now I'm hungry.
I'm still gonna tell the wolf to get this child a bagel egg sandwich.
I mean, I can just. I've always been preferable to the biscuit. So that's the only reason I haven't had one.
Anyway.
But yeah.
So
And
yeah,
on to the-
bacon, egg, and cheese on an everything bagel.
Pretty much.
Okay,
And,
cool.
And then Neum to the portal.
Yum to the portal. Okay, yeah, we stay with you as you head into the portal.
Finishing off the bagel sandwich.
I was gonna say you walk in with the bagel, and Durden's first thing is, "Where's mine?"
Fuck it.
Now see, if you want to spend a little bit more money, it was probably about 10 silver. No, that would be a gold. Sorry, it's about 1 silver for the sandwich. So if you want to spend 2 and bring one to Durden,
I mean, sure, yeah, I'd do it. But I think no. I think he like nods, gives you a piece of silver just familiar, and lets it fly off to go get one. And
Okay.
then,
That's cute.
and then it brings it back.
the familiar's gonna be gone for like a half hour.
I mean,
How heavy is the bagel sandwich?
Not very.
Not very.
So yeah, so you just like give it to Lavina. Lavina flies off, and Durden like nods at you. You come down to the bar, and Durden says, "Not seen the others. I think they're dead."
No, Braden set the situation to get them food.
Oh. Well, he
I
started
didn't
thinking
know
about
that.
We might wish we were.
I don't mean literally dead. I just mean, they're out.
Yeah, they've had a rough go at it for the past couple days. I can't imagine they'll be going anywhere for a while.
Well, the rooms are paid off, so nothing to worry about there unless we get attacked.
Yeah. Hopefully there's enough people in here that it won't be a problem.
Let's find out. If we get attacked, what are we gonna do? And 90 people pull out weapons and cheer.
Beat they ass.
The football chant.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
A thought came to mind.
Mm-hmm.
Remember the first time we were here?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
There was a zombie beholder that we fought.
Yep.
Is there a chance that any of its remains are still on the portal?
Not on the floor. Durnan runs a tight ship.
Not on the floor, but somewhere
Deep down there?
You could certainly ask.
Pierce
I mean,
isn't gonna
it's
ask if
not
he
there,
doesn't
but-
know what the fuck it's for.
That'll be a conversation.
What are you
I
looking
know.
for, Squirt?
I need to talk to Sock'em, but there I don't think there's any chance I'm gonna wake his ass up.
You want me to do it?
He could.
He really could.
Sock'em wouldn't even be mad.
He just all he has to do is barge in there and ask where his ring is.
That's rude.
My bedside manner is renowned through the city. I'd be glad to do it.
I'd
Do it.
appreciate it. Just don't hurt
Absolutely
him.
do it.
Don't hurt
appreciate
him. Define hurt him.
Don't break any bones.
Come on. Bonnie, tend the bar. He turns, heads up to the rooms. You follow him. And Durnan is, to his credit, trying not to laugh. Like, every couple of steps, he's just, like, chuckling to himself. And he gets to Rocket Sock's door, and he makes a point to take out a key, unlock it, turn the latch, push it open a little bit so that it's not closed anymore, and then he just kicks it open.
Bert, before this happened, I'm really sorry if this gives you another level of exhaustion, guys.
It won't.
Well, you know. I think there's immediate panic as I fall off the bed.
Yeah, kicks open the door. Get up! It's time for school.
God.
I never went to. What?
You gotta stay with me on this.
What?
I think Sock'em does that thing where, like, he opens his eyes and screams bloody murder, but there is absolutely zero facial changes.
I know what you mean, yeah.
I think he screams, "I didn't study!"
And Durnan is just standing there, and he turns to Piers, and he just goes, "There, I woke him up," and just walks out.
Dying in the hallway. laughing his ass off.
I thought we paid off the room.
The best episode ever. Just like,
So yeah, you both hear Pierce dying in the hallway, laughing his ass off.
So you just see flailing boots in the doorway.
I pet Karen and I point towards the door and just like gesturing for Karen to close the door
Carol
in his face.
cannot fit out the door.
That's why I say just boop the door, close it.
Okay, so Pierce, you hear the door close.
Fuck him.
I think he gets up and opens it because there's no way
Yeah.
Carol can lock it.
No, it's just.
Right, okay, you open the door again. Then, so I think you open the door and it hits Caro in the haunch. And just giant direwolf head turns and like lip curl.
Sorry, Carol. Sorry. Sock'em, I need to talk to you.
So I have a question.
Oh boy.
Did the twins like set up scream? Durnan walks out. Caro closes the door. Pierce opens the door. In the time it takes Pierce to open the door, are the twins asleep again?
About to be.
like, another 2 seconds maybe.
Yeah.
Talk to you, one eye opens.
Yeah, it's like Sock's got one eye open. I swear to God, Pierce, I will get a coin out of my pouch.
How you can't move?
Exactly, right?
Look, I spoke to Rashal. I got the answers that he wrote down in the book for you, but I don't have the fucking questions. What the fuck is a pink flump?
Oh.
Why the fuck did you ask Rashal to get for you?
Like keeping one eye open, knowing exactly what that's for. 'cause
Rockham, you can yeet a pillow at Pierce at literally any point in this conversation.
I know. I'm holding that card.
Cool.
looking at Pierce. You mean you don't know?
What the fuck?
The pink flump is the where, and the other three things are the what? And then falls back asleep
Oh
without
no.
explaining.
Oh no. See, you don't. You're not giving Sock enough credit here. He's just been awoken in the worst way.
I remind you that you're exhausted and your mental faculties. Like, if you're gonna be pulling some fuckery, just remember that 4 levels of exhaustion affects your mind too.
That's why I'm like 1 word at a time.
So
Flump is what? What was the first question you asked?
what's gonna kill Pierce?
No, I believe that
Make
was
a
the third
deception
one.
check with disadvantage, you
Are you
bitch.
serious about that? I missed
I'm
it.
rolling insight against whatever the fuck he rolls.
You can, yes, that's what it's for.
Oh,
I'm not even gonna bother. I'm too tired.
That is a very, very good chance that you will outroll him.
hey kid, can you roll it for me?
Why can't you roll it?
Roll 20 froze.
Okay, yeah, no, I will roll it for you a little bit. Let me find Sock. Nope, that's Sockham's notes. Here we go. Sockham. You're rolling deception with disadvantage. Survey says you beat him by 1.
Hey,
My God.
Even with the disadvantage?
Yes.
Oh, my boy.
So
Do
Pierce.
I have inspiration? Did you say I had that?
No. Sock.
Okay.
Sock does, Brayden does, and Lawrence does. You will after this scene.
Okay.
This is fucking hilarious.
Okay.
So yeah, avoid those.
Oh fucking K? Why the fuck did you ask that?
Because you're
Why not?
Because you're a fragile boy.
and pillow.
Okay. So make a ranged attack with disadvantage.
What I guess I could just roll the longbow, but it's pillow. It's the same stat.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah, it doesn't have any plus attack or anything. So
What's your armor class, Pierce?
My armor class is 10. I'm not gonna shield dodge a pillow.
Okay, make a strength saving throw. Rockham, make an athletics check. You don't have disadvantage on this because you're a strong boy.
Oh my fuck.
Okay, so you don't get taken out by the pillow. You don't get blasted off your feet and go ass over elbows, but you get through. Why the fuck? And then just poof. You just get pillowed to the face. You have to like stagger back a step.
Blink, 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 raise finger. I'm sorry, Sockham. This wasn't involving you. I'm so sorry.
Fantastic point, Rockham. I'm going back to sleep.
all he gets is
Which was the second question?
Oh. I think Pierce honestly gets the I buried $1 million under the treatment.
We're the most helpful KnightLites ever.
Oh my god.
Okay.
I'm gonna take that same pillow and I'm gonna hit him in the head with it.
I mean, here's the thing: shocking grass probably won't kill him.
Fuck up.
There's a chance, probably.
Okay, I would, but it now does how much?
Just take the pillow and return to sender.
Yeah, return. I'm just gonna hit Sockham with the pillow.
Okay.
Wake the fuck up.
So make a melee attack.
How do I do? Do pillows count as versatile weapons?
They do not, and you're also not proficient. So make a strength check.
Just make a strength
Of
check.
course they're versatile weapons. You can wield them with 2 hands in a pillow fight.
I mean, okay, yes, they are versatile, but you're not proficient. So, okay, Salk, what's your armor class minus your dexterity?
Roll 20 unfroze, so I might be able to open my sheet. I'm getting a new computer tomorrow.
Cool. I'm checking. Your armor class is 16. Your dexterity is 1, so the answer is 15. Do you have a shield?
Yeah.
Is that why it says 16?
No.
What's your 16 from?
I don't know.
Okay, I have a question
Wait.
about minor.
Without your shield, your armor class should be
One day it decided, hey, your armor class is 16. I reset unarmored defense 4 times, and it kept saying that.
No, your armor class is 11, dog.
I don't know why it's deciding to say.
Wait, why doesn't he get unarmored defense?
He does. Oh, it's con, not wisdom. Duh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Monk is wisdom.
It should only be 14 plus the shield would be 16. There's where it is. Okay.
There you go.
So your AC without the shield and without your dex would be 13, which Pierce still didn't hit. So he hits you, but it doesn't disturb you.
Okay, can I use minor conjuration to conjure a bottle of water and pour it on his head?
No, you can use minor conjuration to conjure a bottle, but it cannot be a bottle of water.
We probably have a glass of water in the room
You
somewhere.
could conjure a bottle, go fill it with water, and then pour it on him.
I'm at like half health. Just shock my ass.
Okay, as someone who
didn't
lost a
remember that.
character from that exact sentence, do not shock his ass.
Today I learned too much about my
The
brother.
most I could do is 2d8.
Yes, okay, but I was literally in a situation where I said, you have to crit and do max damage to kill me, it's fine. And then I died.
Aaron has entered the chat.
So, kindly do not do that.
I
Do
do
they
not.
have like a glass of water sitting on the bedside table at all?
Sure.
I'm just gonna pour it on Salt's
He's
head.
going to kill you.
Yeah, move!
Drowns to death.
He cannot move. He
Durnan
cannot-
can move, and you're pouring water on his furniture.
Yes, I can cast Prestige and clean it up. Your point?
Okay, so Sog, you get water to the face.
He like.
Would you like to
rouses-
roll for punch?
He rouses, looks at Pierce, and the little Fallout Sock'em will remember this appears.
Answer the fucking question.
All right, you little shit.
I swear to God.
Surprise Sokka is just the best.
The pink flump is where the vault is. The stuff is how we open it.
Okay, thank you, Presty the water.
Now get the fuck out before I hurt you.
Sorry.
You said get the fuck out before I hurt you, and Caro just growls.
Okay. Walks out and shuts the door.
Okay.
Okay. And then he goes and makes a small addendum to his notes. And
Okay.
goes downstairs and is Durnan gonna call me out for casting Presty?
No, because you didn't do it in the bar.
Okay. Now that I know what it's
Now, that
for,
being said, you do have Lavina out. So I think you come.
No, I don't have Lavina.
You
I don't have
do,
Lavina.
you do, because you cut. Listen, and I'll tell you. You come out, and Lavina is sitting on Durnan's shoulder. Durnan's eating a bagel sandwich. He just looks at you and taps the sign.
My
But
God.
technically, he didn't cast it in the bar.
No, I didn't cast it in the bar.
That's how you paid with the bagel
He's
sandwich.
still gonna tap the sign while eating the bagel sandwich.
My God. How much is the fee?
It's 10 gold.
God damn it.
If Durnan taps the sign, you pay the fee. You do not get to
So,
argue.
what you do is you give him 9 gold and 9 silver.
Yeah, 9 gold, 9 silver.
Yeah, right, exactly. Are you gonna be petty and give him 9 gold, 9 silver?
No, I'm gonna give him 10 gold.
Okay. Takes another bite of sandwich.
Pierce isn't petty.
He nods, takes the money. Lavina pops back over to your shoulder. He reaches under the bar, pulls out like a to-go bag, sets it down, pulls out a sandwich, and holds it out to you.
Thank you.
Nods.
He takes it, sits down at the bar in front of him again.
Yep.
Alright, I got what I needed from them. Had to wake him up again, but I got it.
What the hell happened to him?
Magic.
Tried to skip sleep with magic, from my understanding.
Oh, that fucking thing.
And then a slot got him.
So
Yeah,
your
it was.
boss did that, I guess.
Yeah, luckily I avoided that.
I remember when she learned that spell.
From what I see, it's a nightmare. It's probably useful in a pinch, but
She
otherwise.
used it on Kelvin Blackstaff.
Oh,
Oof.
that. Oh. That has some implications to it.
Yeah, it does.
Phew.
Why?
Well then.
Long story short, we were low on sleep and we just found out where a necromancer was. We killed it successfully. And now we have to deal with the resting, which sucks. For them, not me.
Thanks.
Wow, thanks.
Who's paying the bounty?
The bounty?
Necromancer's a threat to the city.
The bounty was what we got from it.
Reminds you about the Enclave.
Oh, yeah, that's right. I believe the Enclave.
Did you
They
claim
had
it yet?
Not yet.
You just told a room full of sellswords there was an open bounty.
I don't believe he was speaking that loud. Okay, then,
Run.
fuck.
It's not a matter of speaking that loud, it's a matter of the Yawning Portal was rowdy.
The
Ew.
room,
And you're literally talking to the guy that runs the bar.
Yeah.
when Durnan takes an interest in people, it's more than likely that other people are going to take an interest in
fuck.
what those folks have to say.
Fuck. I'm sorry, I don't know how to fix this.
You could wake up Connie.
There's nothing to fix necessarily. It's just if you want to get paid.
You may want to go let someone know.
You also have a bird.
Yeah, I'm gonna step out and like run up to the top. Actually no, I'm gonna go to Connie's room
Okay.
and Pierce is gonna try to rouse her as nicely as possible.
The door is locked.
Wait, weren't we sharing a room? I should have a key.
We were
No, you were
sharing-
not sharing a room. You were sleeping in Connie's room. You don't
Gotcha.
have a room.
Gotcha.
Well, usually when you're at a hotel or whatever, there's 2 keys, right?
Yeah, but you didn't.
Yeah.
Like, you weren't here to get the key. You popped in, if you recall.
I mean, yeah, I suppose.
You have been constantly indisposed every opportunity you could have gotten the key.
Okay.
Except for that one time when they were snuggling in bed.
That's about it. No,
Okay.
just
Connie, make a Constitution saving throw, please.
Okay.
By the will of Iskramor, fuck off.
Okay, so you just had to deal with one of the staff bringing you like a late breakfast that you didn't have the energy to eat, and now someone is knocking at your door. Don't they see the do not disturb sign?
Rolls over.
I'm sorry.
It's apparently Pierce.
Pierce. Snuggles. What?
God, now you sound like Sibs.
Right?
Okay, I have a question.
Uh-huh.
Can I see through the keyhole at all? Is it one of those doors?
Yes.
Pervert.
Can I cast Mage Hand into the open space on the other side?
Granted.
Can I
Perv.
unlock the door from outside by doing that?
Yes.
Okay.
And on this day, Brayden realised he had to learn Mage Hand.
Arcane Tricksters get it for free!
Remember when I recommended you take Arcane Trickster?
Yeah.
You literally get an invisible mage hand that you can use cunning action with.
Yeah. Just carry Pierce around like a backpack. It's fine.
Yeah,
Hey,
just
so the door slides open and there is a Connie bedhead.
Connie bedhead, like very tired, barely a wave. Like, come here.
you shut the bed, like crouches next to the bed. Hey, Connie.
Grabs hands, snuggles.
It... do you want me to send a message to the Enclave about the successful necromancer hunt?
Right, I should do that. Tries to cast spell, doesn't work.
Doesn't work,
Tries
yeah.
to cast spell, doesn't work.
Hey, hang on,
Yes,
hang
please.
on. I can send a message and scribbles on a note.
Yes,
He, like,
please.
tears a page out of his book, scribbles on it, passes it to the bird. Well, no, bird's not poofed in right now. I will
Why
send a
isn't the
message
bird pooped
to
in right
them
now?
because I got fined for it.
No, it chopped over to your shoulder.
Okay.
Also,
I will-
Connie, Pierce smells like a bagel sandwich.
I'm hungry. Reaches for food. No, I'm not.
It's always awful when you're hungry but have no energy because you like put the food in your mouth and then
And
it's
then
like
you don't want to chew.
Yeah,
it's
it's like-
effort to eat it.
it's like how do I eat this? What the hell? Who created this terrible plan of action I'm apparently following?
I'm more surprised you just get that far.
Going out to get a bagel sandwich after this, just so y'all know.
Bring me
Fuck
one.
off.
Get
I
No,
one,
better
you
yet,
guys.
bring me 3.
Don't bring everyone like 5.
Yes.
I think he's gonna leave the bagel sandwich he got from Dernan on the bedside table in case she does want it at some point because he already ate one.
Right.
Nom nom nom.
Leave it there.
This episode brought to you by the City of New York.
Having lived for 7 years in the state, I can attest to
Is
this.
this on the top floor or is it on like below ground?
No,
floor?
it's just below the street.
Okay. So there's not a window to send the bird out.
There
of.
is, but it's just below the street. That's what I mean. It's like a basement window.
Okay, well I'm gonna like open it, send the bird out.
And Lavina gets trampled by a horse.
Where are you
Being-
sending
being-
the bird?
Pierce would look to Connie. Where am I sending this message to exactly?
Connie would know. Out of character, I can't remember. It was near Colot Towers, I think.
No. Yes, thank you. You're sending it to the Enclave.
Yep.
As opposed to the dude who needs to know.
I was about to say, I thought the Enclave was obvious. I was going to send one there and also send a porter to Sir Amber Prose or whatever his name was, because he specifically asked for a
Everdon.
porter.
Sir Amberdon.
Amberdon, that's it.
Which is
Ambrose Everdon.
Everdon, yes, thank you.
Right, Ambrose Everdon.
So I need to send it to him? Or do I need to send it to someone in the Enclave? Both? Both. Both?
Porter to Everdon. Both, I guess. Tired, rolls over.
Okay. I think he's gonna like write up a second piece of paper with the details.
You
that
don't
the
have a
mission has
second
been-
Lavina.
Huh?
You don't have a second Lavina.
Yet.
How dare you?
Dude, Everdon asked for Porter for Everdon.
Yeah, I'm gonna send the first one to Emerald Enclave, like I was told to do so,
Okay. Out goes the
Yeah.
verb.
and then I'm gonna go. How the fuck do I send a porter?
You. hire a messenger from a place where messengers gather, like, I don't know, a tavern, and then dispatch them with the location and the message.
Literally just step out and shout, "I've got work for a Harper."
Yes!
God.
He's not wrong, is the thing.
You know it'll work.
No, it absolutely will. Like, they're messengers, among other things. Like, yeah.
If she had the energy, she would probably say something to the effect of, "Sorry, I didn't come get you for the thing, but time crunch."
Yeah, it's fine.
So it just comes out, "Sorry, necromancer tired."
I believe by the point he's done here, she's already asleep again.
Probably.
Yeah,
Still hugging your hand.
He has to say work to do. And he goes back downstairs, shutting the door, locking it from the inside with Mage Hand again.
Mm-hmm.
Locking it back. Actually, I think that's how he's got in every time. Wait a second. I could have done that with Sockham's room. I'm sorry, guys.
No shit.
You can tell who puts more care thought into.
Going to your friend's house versus going home to your house.
Yes.
Nightfall, more than Pierce, Nightfall is the best wizard. High-end, negative whiz. Holy shit.
Nightfall. Nightfall. Nightfall.
What?
Nightfall, my friend. First, Fox, I got a weird question for you.
What's up?
I got a question for you, Foxo. Is baseball or any incarnation of it a thing in the Forgotten Realms?
Why?
There is a magic variant that me and Kit discussed before we started the show.
Shut up.
I thought
Why?
it was dodgeball.
Why?
Hitball was stick.
So going to, say, a woodworker and requesting a very long club wouldn't be out of the ordinary.
Where are you going with this before I say
Yeah,
anything?
I'm gonna treat Pierce like the baseball he's trying to be.
Oh no, he's not gonna survive that.
I have
That took me a sec.
I put points into con for a reason.
Yeah, but here's the thing.
So what
So
you
I'll
should
put
do
points into
instead-
strength.
Yeah,
What?
What you should do instead is go to a baker and ask them to bake you a loaf of bread in the shape of a baseball bat and use that. Or better yet, just grab a baguette.
grab
I'm
like
gonna-
a week-old loaf of bread. That'll work just as effectively.
I'm going to. Yes. Yes.
Let the revenge simmer.
So where are you going, Nightfall?
I'm going back downstairs and like say, hey Durnan, I need someone to send a message as fast as possible.
Right, where to?
A man by the name of Ambrose Everdon,
In the city or out?
I believe in the city.
What's the name?
Ambrose Everdon.
Need a porter here. Somebody comes up, takes your message, leaves.
Do I need to pay them?
You need to pay Durnan.
Big darn it. How much is it?
A couple silver. 3 or 4
Okay.
silver.
Cool. Yeah. Well, that's that. Thank you.
Yup. It's the last shot of the episode, Pierce walking out.
No, Pierce like pauses before he gets up. I have one more question.
No, you have an endless amount of questions. Which one's coming up now?
I was about to do my Durnan with you. No, you're not.
Okay. So I'm gonna like lower my voice to where like it's loud in here. Nobody would be able to hear if I lowered my voice to where it's one-on-one, right?
Including Durnan.
Could I write on a piece of paper and make sure nobody's
My
looking over my
god,
back?
you're a fucking coward.
I
yes.
am.
You could just write on something, yes, that Durnan's gonna call you a coward.
They say, right after announcing that the entire room knew that there was an open bounty.
Aye.
I need I believe it's a reagent for something. It's not a spell. It's more like a key.
Isn't your boy a smith?
No, it's not a physical. It's not a key. It's like similar how to a spell has to have like a drop of mercury.
Oh, it's wizard shit. Got it.
No, a key is in a completely different campaign.
Yeah. I need a very specific thing, and the last place I remember seeing one of these was in here.
If you're about to ask me for a cask of ale, the twins already have it.
Good to know. That means he like opens his notes and flips to the page. All I need is a beholder's eye stalk.
Durnan snorts and like tries not to laugh. Then he sees your face like, wait, you're serious?
Shit.
He gives a grim nod, and I remember that.
Scratch episode ends.
Apparently, I'm the only one that's remembering the easy solution to this.
I know the easy solution is it's the zombie beholder that we killed.
No, the easiest solution to this is the old Oxalob shop.
Oh yeah.
I was
Wait.
thinking about it, yeah.
I apparently missed something.
First of all,
purple fucker.
it's Zoblob.
Oh, I thought it was Oxalob.
Wait, how do you know that they have a beholder?
Because they have a stuffed beholder in the window. You know, the owner.
I don't walk amongst that place.
No, I
First
agree.
off from my memory.
Well,
It wasn't
unfortunately,
a good time, right?
unfortunately, you're dead asleep, and I'm not gonna risk waking you up again. So I'm just gonna ask Durnan if he has what they did with the corpse of the zombie beholder.
So what are you asking him?
Boy.
What did you do? Do you have the remains of the zombie beholder, or were they burned?
Same thing we do with everything here. Trash on the floor, sewer from the outhouse, it all goes down the hole.
And I think he points to the portal before he even finishes the sentence, like realizing, yeah. I try to find a different way before we go down there.
I
Like,
can
yeah.
promise you it's not still down there.
Yeah.
I mean, it's probably down there somewhere. It's not convenient.
Yeah. And I think the last shot of him, I think the last thing Pierce is going to do is going to go back upstairs to Connie.
Okay, and that'll be the last shot of the episode, is Pierce like disappearing into Connie's room.
Yeah.
Episode 41 is in the books.
It was amazing.
So about finishing about season finale.
I don't believe I called it a season finale.
What do you mean a tent?
You're jumping the gun, boyo.
I wish
Quite a bit.
Whatever. Anyway,
I don't believe I said anything about that publicly, so heck.
sorry.
Okay.
Side note,
Did you
I'm
forget
really
we are
proud of
still
that
live?
I'm proud of that Mage Hand use.
After
Sooner or later, Sockham's gonna learn Mage Hand.
Just dump
Then
a
we're all
couple
doomed.
armors.
Unfortunately, you can't use the hand to attack.
Salcom learns Mage Hand, and the first thing he does is that joke where you tap someone on the wrong shoulder.
My God, of course Sokka would do that.
Let's do some shout outs, guys.
Great.
Yeah.
Nightfall, give us a shout out.
No,
Okay.
fine, I will. I'm Nightfall the Kitsune. I do button pushing. Am birthday fox.
Happy birthday
Fox.
to you.
At birth.
Happy
Happy-
birthday, Fox.
A wizard are you?
I'm
Remembered Mage
down in the
Hand.
shrine. If you need me, feel free to send me a poke.
And your bird friend is blue.
Nice.
Nice.
Brightwing, give us a shout out.
Hi, I'm Brightwin. Sometimes I do art stuff. Sometimes I have to disappear for a few weeks for various reasons. I totally just spaced out. What was I saying?
Something art and things.
Something art, something poke,
Yes.
something games.
Yes, like art, games, social media. My brain is dead for some reason.
You also have 4 levels of exhaustion.
I was still playing last night. Yeah, art and stuff. DeviantArt, Twitter, Facebook, Discord, Brightwin League. See you next time.
Gamsey, we'll talk about that backstage. For now, give us a shout out.
Ladies and gentlemen, as always, my name is Guy Kempsey, the bard in training, gaining a little more experience every single day. Fax machine noises.
Fair enough.
If you need me, you can always DM me, find me in the Discord, or message me on Twitter at @thehomestuckhome. If you've got questions, I'll answer them. I don't care what they're about.
Gracie.
Hi, I'm Halfling, Birchmila, Gracie. I do art and things for Kit's channel, and I also love tabletops. So if you like either of those things, give me a poke.
Trisker.
Hey guys, Triska here. I also do stuff and things for Kit's channel, and I'm also on the Discord. If you are getting chilly nowadays, I knit soft and fluffy things. Given the holidays are coming around, I also help with budgeting. So if you have need of either of those things, please do not hesitate to ask.
Delta, give us a shout out, please.
Yep, I'm Delta, your resident Mad Scotsman. You'll find me hanging about Kit's channel, doing mod stuff, dealing with the whole YouTube archive. It's a pain in the
Thank you
ass.
for it.
You're welcome. And when I'm not doing that, I'm usually just playing games. If you're interested, I'm more than happy to fucking spend my time to give you a hand with anything. Just make sure you actually tell me.
For my part, as always, I am the Sharp-Eyed Kitsune, the teller of tales and the weaver of mysteries, the masked bard. This is a channel that is devoted to lore and storytelling, world-building, role-playing, and discussions of those things. So if that's too fancy, you're in excellent company here, and I do hope that you enjoyed your time with us. I stream every single day that my health permits me to do so, and my health has been quite frustrating recently, but hopefully we'll be back as soon as possible, potentially as early as tomorrow, with more Yakuza Kiwami 2 in the afternoon, and then if I do stream, I won't have an evening stream that day because I have a meeting, but we're rolling with advantage in 2020, which is 2 chances to catch a given day's stream. Something tabletop related in the evening, and something video game related in the afternoon. We'd absolutely love it if you'd have us stop by, and hopefully I can get my health situated and get back to it as soon as possible. For now, I need to get out of here, but as always, it's time I leave you with these parting words. From myself and my keepers and those joining me on the stage this evening, to all of you, the regulars, the followers, the newcomers, and the lurkers, whether you're just having a seat by the fire or you've got a running tab at the bar, remember, there's always more stories to tell. And hopefully, I'll see you all next time as we venture back into Waterdeep with a new chapter. Good night, you guys. Thank you so much for stopping by, and hopefully, I'll see you all very soon.